Okay. Okay, I should be online now. Let's just get this going. Perfect. And yeah. Fortunately, I didn't even like post the artwork that I was supposed to today. So just wait a bit more as I do so. Uh, the meantime, I'll also be like turning on the game, so you guys at least have something to look at. Uh, Hello, Arma. Sorry for being late. You know what? It's fine. You can totally skin my back for this one. Like I truly deserve it. Welcome, Teto or Dragon Quest enjoyer. Uh, Welcome, Big Pew, Kodokunasu. I assume you're still there. Uh, oh, hey, are you good? You sound like you got punched in the face. Got punched in the chest. Uh, I'm not sick before people worry. I'm not like sick. It's just that like what's the name of it? Today was a really busy day and like I was tired and like there was something I wanted to do, there's something things I wanted to think about. Today was just not a good day. Heck, the stream almost didn't happen because there was a problem with the electricity too that we had to like deal with. Like I don't want you guys to worry or to feel like sorry for me. I'm just trying to tell you what happened and why things are like happening the way that they are. Uh, let's go. Let's go. Uh, Nah, it's good. Oh wait, it's good playing chaoshead is torture enough. Truly is. I was literally watching a Namba and Ichiban video and then the notification popped up. I had to run after missing so many strings. You didn't miss that many strings, I don't think. And besides, like, again, I keep reminding people that it's okay. Like, I never expect people to come through all the strings. If you guys want to, obviously, like, I'm really happy, but like I keep having to keep as I keep reminding people, like they don't need to feel bad for missing one or another. I'm just glad you guys are here. But like before I get to this, I really didn't have time to do anything. So before we get to the game itself, I'm going to make the image post, okay? Though today, like, I also have a few things I wanted to like talk about. So let me get the. Obviously, I especially due to like how late I am. I'm going to be focusing more on the game, but there's stuff I wanted to talk about too. So I'll use the opportunity for that. You know what? While I post this and we're not like playing or anything like that, I'll start with a topic, right? So, for those of you who don't know, which I think is all of you, since I think this is the first time I even talk about this, like this is going to sound super gay, but I have a very youthful skin, you know. Like and this isn't like just me saying, like this is actually like medical, like professionals have told me this, that my skin is like very young for my age. Like I'm almost 30 and like I have pretty much like a teenager skin. And this is a thing that's kind of hereditary. Like my mom also has like this, like she's almost 30 at this point, and no, almost 60, sorry, she's almost 60 at this point, and she doesn't look a day above like 20, you know? And like the good thing about this is that obviously I look very young for my age, you know? But the bad part about this is that I also have all the bad parts about like having a youthful skin. Those being obviously like pimples. Like my skin is very oily, and so I get pimples even at my age. Like most people stop getting them when they like stop being like teenagers. When they become adults, I still have pimples, and like it's something I'm probably going to have to deal with my whole life because my mom also has pimples at her prime age of 60. So yeah, you win some, you lose some. Another interesting thing is that also it's not just me. Like a couple of my friends also like have uh, this kind of youthful skin as well, and the same kind of problems. But they don't see like any advantages in that, like I do, because my friends like really wanted to be like those cool guys, you know. They thought at 30 they'd be like their fathers, like those all super gruffy and tough dudes, right? But no, they all look like boys, like teenage boys, even though they're older than me. Exactly because we all have like very youthful skin, you know. So like they're just disappointed. They have to deal with pimples, and they don't even like see any of the benefits like me. It's kind of funny. And I'm sure you guys like commented something about this, but I'm having to concentrate on like uploading the image, so I'll be answering, like I'll be responding to you guys in a bit. But yeah, just a funny thing I wanted to comment on. Let me see, is it already here? Yes, yes, perfect. Oh damn, there are already that many people here, Jesus, okay. Gonna have to do that later, and let's go. If anything, we'd be fine, man, if you canceled. It's alright, yourself first, man. Again, thank you, Arma, but I prefer not to do that. Like, I was thinking about doing so, but I was like, nah, I can't handle it, okay? I just got done writing the first chapter of that fanfic I was telling you about. Ooh, cool. Oh wait, I think it was an earthquake from Venezuela. First, welcome Gummy Gun, and like, don't worry, I'm okay. Like, the earthquake didn't affect people here. Do you want a rundown what I have happening? Sure, please do. Please give a rundown. Of course. Oh wait, I'll be pulling for Summer Marciana. I cannot believe Siren gets an even better gacha skin. Yeah, I'll be pulling, like, whenever the summer event drops, I'll be making like a Nikkei string, and we'll be pulling for both the summer units. Like, we'll be doing that. Good skincare isn't gay. I care about my skin too. We're gonna... What? No, 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 you can't do that. Oi, oi, stop that. Okay, so there's this dude. He gets a call from his friends in the morning, asking the MC to help him move. The MC doesn't want to because he's a fucking loser, so he pretends to be sick just to get out of it. I'm still going. That's the first part, tax limit and all. Don't worry, it's fine. Let me meet your mom, no way, trust me. No, fuck off. I'm relearning male heads and bodies again, especially heads, because I drew so many cute girls that I forgot men exist. Don't worry, like, that problem happens to me too. Oh wait, you look like a literal minor. Okay. Oh wait, likes lollies because he looks like 10 confirmed. I am not gonna fucking say anything about that. Yeah, same. A very oily skin. I have pimples still at 24. Obscure shoulder. Okay, that is fair, yeah. But anyways, RMC plays a couple of games, then decides to go out shop for a bit. So he hits up a girl named Laura that's obviously into him, which he uses to get a free ride out of her. The upside is will look younger longer. Okay. OA is beautiful, confirm. Nah, 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 nowhere near close. OA, stop saying that. The lady is a nervous wreck, and kind of autistic. So, like, for the 2 hour long ride, she just rants about the anime that came out in 2013. Of course, the MC can't stop thinking about ditching her because he is the enemy of all women. Oh wait, grow out your hair and become majestic so you can ascend from childhood and leave the incel world behind by getting a wife. The thing is, I already have like long hair. I talked about this, but yeah, I already have like very long hair. So I already got that covered, don't worry. Anyway. Where else? Anyways, when they get to a parking garage in the city and walk across the street to a store, a truck comes through. Laura think it hits RMC, it didn't, because I'm not that generic. Anyway, she tries to glomp the MC until he falls into one of the Yukari's gaps. And then he falls to a situation with Reimu tied to a tree and Yukari watching. Well, this is taking a turn, and that's the end of the first chapter. Writing it like a visual novel because it turns out you have to read books and novels to be able to write good books and novels. Might actually turn this to a VN if I can scrap together the money. Speaking of money, that's the other thing I wanted to discuss with you guys. Did I do a good job at writing a genuine dick for the main character? I prefer like a more extensive look at your story, like to see the actual dialogue and the narration, etc. But for now, it seems like a good premise, yeah. OA has long hair? Yeah, that is not true, unfortunately. Anyway. Where was I? Speaking of summer OA, come back to FGO. No. Naka got a great skin too, and loves Senti summer skin getting a rerun. You get a 10 free pull if you put something from the live stream you see. Ooh, gonna have to do that later then. I can send it to you through email, please do. And yeah, in regards to money, since a lot of people are here, I'm actually going to be like doing this. Okay, so why am I making this like donation goal, right? Because I recently there recently was a sale, right? A Steam sale for a bunch of anime and anime style games, right? And like you guys have been very generous in like the streams and stuff like that, and like so I went a bit overboard, especially since some people were asking for like Stellar Blade and all that. So I took the opportunity to get Stellar Blade and a bunch of other games for the price that normally would be just for Stellar Blade, you know. So yeah. It won't be anytime soon, because we still have to get through a lot of other stuff, but we'll eventually be playing Stellar Blades. I'll probably start whenever we finish both Altered Beast and, what's the name of that other game? Cry of Fear. Yeah, when we finish both of these, we'll be starting Stellar Blade. And, a lot... I haven't been I haven't had time to play much of the story on that second account, right? And I really want to like gacha for some of the new units that are gonna come out. So I know that this is like super greedy of me, but I really appreciate any type of money for like Blue Archive. So yeah. Well, we don't need like a Stellar Blade fund because like I already got Stellar Blade, as I said. But thanks. Anyway, Arma, if lollibabas are lolly hags, would OA be a Shota OG son? An OG Shota? Do we need a new word to describe me now? Anyway. Actually, for that last scene, the intent I have was that Yukari was trying to gap the truck to hit Reimu with it, but misses. Ah, okay. Just a funny idea that came up in my head, based on like one super from Toho fighting game. Cool. The music in the background and OA not talking makes this so awkward, lol. Oh, my Oshi needs money to whale. I open my wallet now. OA is the OG shot. Cryophere is great. OA caught whaling. Like obscure Jew. Fuck it, sorry. Where are his Onisans? I don't have any Onisans. I am the like OG. I am the Onisan actually, since I have a younger brother. What about Gacha Skin Siren Fund? I prefer to invest that in Blue Archive, but like let's do it like this. If any of you wants to buy a skin for me, I will accept that. Lol. Yo, what's up, OG Shota? Fucking hell. Anyway, let me just see something here. Nope, sorry, away. Anyway, moving on. We are now going to get through the game itself. Sorry it took so long, but we'll finally get to it. Let's go. Remy was right there. She hadn't left at all. God, the delusions are getting worse and worse. Jesus Christ. She was wearing all her clothes too. That joke's too easy. She was looking down at me with wide eyes. Huh. Oh, fucking hell. Oh fuck. Sorry. God, I'm really out of it today. I didn't even... Fucking hell. Anyway, here's the game. Sorry. Okay, I put on the game. Don't worry. Sorry, like I'll be like going through it now. Again, sorry, I'm just really out of it today. Like, you scared me. Don't scream like that. You were acting weird, okay? You started mumbling and then you just screamed. What's wrong? What was Remy doing here? I'd seen her leave. Was the sexy Remy I just seen like a delusion as well? Yes, obviously. Idiot. The sexy Remy had felt so real. What delusion hasn't at this point? Like, shouldn't you be used to this now? I hadn't touched her, but I could tell from looking at her just how soft her skin was. Wait, what was I saying? There was something wrong with me today. You and me both, buddy. Hey, Taku. My whole body froze when she spoke. Had I disgusted her? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. What if she didn't want anything to do with me anymore? Without her around, I couldn't even leave the house by myself. God, I thought there would be character developments for this guy. I didn't think he'd get more pathetic. Jesus. I'm thirsty. Huh. You got anything to drink? She asked the exact same thing as before. But while she sounded so sexy a moment ago, this time she sounded completely normal. I shook my head slightly. Remy put her finger to my temple and pursed her lips for a moment in thought. If you don't, I can go buy something. There's a store in front of Shinsen Station, right? I'll be right back. Okay, Okay, I already solved this. Maybe obscure anime is secretly Japanese and like, if he showed the full game, he will get arrested for piracy. God, Japan's laws on that are so stupid. Anyway. Oh wait, took too many notes from Takumi. Thank God I'm not Japanese. I can't believe that shit is real. Like, no modding consoles. There's literally American lobbying, but against chuds like me, especially you. Yeah, again, like, the fact that people like defend this too, the fact that there are Japanese people who unironically said like, oh no, piracy is like digging up a child's grave and then like defiling it. Like, calm down, dude. It's just a video game. Like, they're like their whole view of piracy and fair use is just crazy to me, honestly. Obscure anime needs some water if that happens. I hate hearing Remy because it reminds me of my friend Raimi, who's a huge Toho fan, who loves agenda posting and is violently a homosexual Toho player. Hear his name and I think about his bad takes. Actually, you reminded me of something. If Teto is still there, like, I just like to ask because, like every time I say something about like love and deep space, no one else says anything about it, but you. Like, anytime I say something about the fan base or about the game, you are the only person that actually like argues with me and like actually discusses this kind of thing. Like, it's almost like you know quite a bit about the game. You know, it's a bit suspicious. So, don't take this the wrong way, but I need to ask: are you maybe gay? I don't know. It's starting to seem strange that like that sounds pretty gay, you know. But anyway, moving on. Remy is riding away. She would love away. Lol. Hopefully, I don't know. You know, I had the opposite of that. I knew someone named A-Ring at my old high school. I think they were straight. Whoever said that should count their days because I'm gonna dig up the. Oh wait, don't say that on a public chat. Maybe YouTube will take it seriously. And Stellar Blade has a great Nikkei crossover DLC too. Yeah, it was all so cheap that I got pretty much all the DLCs for Stellar Blade. So whenever we play it, we will be getting the like costume DLCs and the missions and all that. It's gonna be fun. I think I have to deal with pimples for the rest of my life with my oil skin. You and me both, unfortunately. Whatever. Oh, wait, respectfully, what kind of character development could possibly help Takumi at this point? I've seen murderers, rapists, pedos who are less hard to watch. Jesus, okay. You do have a point, but still. She smiled and left the room without waiting for my answer. All I could do was stare at her as she went. Okay, what kind of 4D chess are you playing now, Kodokunas? What the fuck? She was going to store in her uniform. It was complete. She was going to the store in her uniform. It was completely normal. The sexy Remy had just been a hallucination after all. Of course it was. Felt a little relieved, but a little bit disappointed. But the sexy Remy, the second Ayase, what was it that had made these delusions feel so real? Arma, like... I'll just say this to you, please don't. Okay, the hell. What is CeraVe? There's nothing more... Okay, man, whatever you say. I've been using this cream for a while now. It's been doing wonders for my skin. Oh, don't worry, I have like my own treatment, you know? So it's no issue. Takumi fails to understand schizophrenia. What was it that had made these delusions feel so real? Was it the one, was I the one who done it even? Did I have that power or not? If so, how could I use it? How could I get a D sword? There were so many problems facing me that I didn't even know where to start. Decided to do some more research on mind reading while Remy was out on her run to the store. I turned towards the PC and noticed that Grin was in the chat room calling for me. I sighed and entered the chat room. Nightheart, come downstairs, it's dinner time. I've got new info. Want to chat for a while? I know you haven't left your house today. Hey, Nightheart, you there, Nightheart? And yeah, we're going to be doing the like usual stuff from now on. Like, I'm going to be advancing through the game a bit until the chat accumulates. Then I'll talk to chat and like discuss some things. And we're going to alternate so we can progress like acceptably. Okay. You're finally here. It took way too long, Nightheart. My mind's been going, whose eyes are those this whole time thanks to you. Damn it, what does it even mean to go, whose eyes are those? Yeah, I feel like this expression, much like in the normal internet, is being used so much it's losing all meaning. What great commentary. Anyway, you just wanted to say that. Every time I see those words, it scares me. What's your new info? New gen stuff, of course. It's happened, the fifth murder. Again? Felt the same dark terror I always felt, but I also felt confused. Had felt sure Shogun and Yua were going after me next, but instead they gone after someone else. Of course, it was hard to say if I should be happy about that or not. I mean, you probably shouldn't? The fuck? Why should you be what? No, no, actually, you know what, fair. I just realized that if they're going after someone else, they're not going after him. Like, from a very like uh selfish perspective, that makes sense. Uh, you know a lot about love and deep space. Do you know a girl I call Pado? Because I do. She's a friend of mine. Did you know that in the past months I couldn't have a normal conversation with her? Guess why? Actually, I'm going to tell you why. The only topic she touches every time she has the chance to, she talks about Silas. You know who Silas is? He's a character from Love and Deep Space. Why do I know about Love and Deep Space? Pretty little. What do I know about Silas? Oh my god, he's so hot. He's like literally my type. Oh my god, I love Silas. My god, look what Silas wrote me. He's such a possessive stalker. I love him. Oh my god, I now love ravens because of Silas. I want to have a pet raven, name it Silas. Oh my god, okay, seems like I triggered like Tetos PTSD. I'm so sorry. I promise you I I was just joking. Damn. Okay, I didn't think it'd be this bad, Jesus. That was funny, honestly. Want to know more? It's on the top page of Taboo News. You'll find it easily if you look. When today did it happen? They found the body last night, but the victim died the day before. This is another crazy one. You see, they took out the guy's brain. Hang on. I panicked as Green started to give me the details without any warning. I'd already heard and seen enough disgusting stuff. I didn't even want to hear about it. If I did, I might end up imagining it happening to me too. I didn't even have my D sword yet either. But Green continued, oblivious. And here's where it gets really scary. How do you think they died? Malnutrition. They survived losing their brain. I mean, I've heard of cases of people surviving with only a part of their brain, but like Jesus, I never heard of anyone surviving without their brain like at all. Holy, okay. My body shook with fear. I pulled my knees close to me and wrapped my arms around them. Damn, really, really going like coward mode here, huh? I didn't want you here anymore. Just please leave me alone. Uh, okay. Hmm. This is interesting. Where? Yeah, I think uh, this could be interesting. Ah, okay, it's like that. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, no, no. Really, just don't think so. My HP was already at 0. I love how he's in this serious situation, like saying how scared he is and all that. His mind still goes to like video game references. Like, never change, Takumi. Actually, please do change, actually, now that I think about it. They were in something like a state of brain death. They might have been stuck like that for over a week, with no brain. They can't eat and can't drink, so their body just rotted away from malnutrition. HN already named it. Brain dead, they're calling it, lol. Those guys picked the best names. And here's the funny part. The guy was a psychiatrist losing his brain. Talk about ironic. I mean, it is pretty funny in a very dark way. But yeah, actually, no, that makes more sense. Like, it wasn't that he necessarily survived without the brain, it's just that the body was technically alive. Which, yeah, makes a lot more sense. Anyway. Oh, and like, yeah, this is definitely like trying to hint that that doctor that he trusted, like, probably died and is the victim now. A psychiatrist. Looking at the words made my heart race. Maybe I was overthinking things, but I didn't want to know. But part of me felt like I had to. Hesitated for a long time, but finally clicked the link about the brain dead story at the top of Taboo News. Uh, uh, Body of man found in Shibuya. Fifth new gen case. Fumio Takashina, a psychiatrist at Tokyo General Hospital, was found collapsed on a Shibuya street early on the morning of the 23rd. Police have stated that he died from malnutrition. Mr. Takashina's skull had been cleanly cut open and the brain removed. The police stated that there was a possibility that the body had remained alive after the brain's removal, in a state similar to brain death. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that what's the name? That doctor that he put all his trust on, now he's dead. Great. Amazing. Anyway. No. No. The victim's name was Fumio Takashina. Was Dr. Takashina. Dr. Takashina had been killed. They were taunting me. Shogun was clearly taunting me. He'd killed Dr. Takashina, the man I was counting on to help me, just to scare me more. No. No. Help me. Somebody help me. I screamed. My head felt like it was tearing itself apart. I was going crazy. Ah. No, no, no. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Remy, help me. I looked around the room for Remy. Kept looking and looking. She wasn't here. She wasn't here. She wasn't here. Why wasn't she here? She left to go to the store. I felt the ground, head in my hands. Help me, Remy. Please help me. Don't leave me, please. I won't. There was an answer. I gasped and looked up, and Remy was standing right next to me, holding a bag from the store. Mighty convenient that you arrived just in the nick of time to answer that. Anyway. Remy. She was back. Phew. Relieved, I stretched out a hand. Remy crouched down and took it with both hands. The last time I touched them, Remy's hands were cold, but now they were so warm. I'm here. Then she really became like his savior or like his therapist or something. Like, Honestly, I'm getting similar vibes from her than I did, like that you guys did actually with you. This feels too perfect. This feels too convenient, you know? It really feels like how do I say this? Like, she came in at too much of a perfect time and like helped him in too much of a perfect way, you know? It's really start to feel really suspicious, you know? But anyway, let me go read some of your comments. My school times, there were two girls in my school that they were both lesbians. They were dating. They were talking about their parents not letting them, but then so open about it, they let me watch them kiss. Well, okay then. What the hell? My words exactly, Big Pew. Like, what the fuck is going on with your life, Gummy Gun? Holy. This reminds me of when I was in 7th grade and we got a story about why two people aren't allowed in the bathroom at once. So basically, girls had... I don't even think you're lying, because you'd be winning an award-winning author if you could just pull that out of your ass. In 7th grade, that's wild. The worst part is that, like, I heard similar stories going on at my school, and, like, the fact that this, like, is just a thing that happens is... it's disturbing, to say the least, honestly. They wanted me to join in, but I'm like, okay, did not want to make the relationship awkward. Yeah, you definitely dodged the bullet there. You do not get into that type of stuff. Like, it doesn't end well. That reminds me about how at one point they found two people. Oh my god. Does your friend like Gilgamesh? Yeah, it seems like they would enjoy that character. There were lots of stories about how bad that school was. Multiple pregnancy things. One of the girls who bullied me got pregnant. In fact, the school was degenerate in general. Jesus Christ. True story about how I got... oh my god. This was a middle school, right? By a fucking Indian. I mean, tell it. At this point, might as well, right? Jesus Christ. Do you like go to a private school with like combined high schools and middle schools? God, that's terrible. No, I go to a public school back then as well. Oh, did I ever tell you the story when I was walking to school right behind the school girl was giving. Yeah, too many stories about this. Like Jesus Christ, like I don't even have the words. Like, what am I supposed to say to? I know that it happens. I heard stories from other people that it happens, but I don't know, man. It's just not okay. Jesus Christ. I was thankfully just a dork with my friends who watched anime and played gacha games with me in our small circle. I have a similar story about how I was in the train. There was a girl. Anyway. Anyway. Me and the girl got off at the same stop. Oh god, that must have been awkward. Why is Takumi such a bitch? Dude, just tell him no or log off, lol. Man. At this point, it's downright consistent how much of a bitch he is. I bet, like, if Takumi was someone in the real world, he would be one of those people who complain about cyberbullying instead of, you know, turning off the PC. I know it's not that simple, but still. Anyway. The actual reason why I know why I know a lot about Love and Deep Space, because I watched some drama videos about gacha, and also some gameplays of various gachas. I definitely don't know anything about Love and Deep Space, but if you saw actual gameplay of the game, you'd find out that the drama the Chinese fancel players create over male gaze is completely obnoxious, because their own game has rape and incest in it. I heard that it also has like a mechanic where you can touch the guy's butt, you know, which is like pretty much like something that very few like gacha games for men do, exactly because of how controversial it is. So don't worry, I already knew these people were hypocrites. Like, it's not, I don't think this is like a surprise to anyone. Like, it's good to get even more confirmation, but still, like, I was always pretty sure. Oh yeah, Oh, why are you guys like this? Ball knowledge required. Why doesn't Takumi just tug it out? I feel like it wouldn't be Takumi if he just did that. Armachu. Also, where's the OA Where is the OA carelessly moaning and whimpering onto the mic compilation video? Not gonna happen. Apparently, that's not even the craziest thing. One of my family members works for the Central Transit Authority. He said he saw a woman start beating on a guy on the train. Then he beat her ass. Holy shit. OA voice acting is sadly so good that his chat is being weird. You're being weird, you fucker. Then even more crazy. Wasn't even gonna make that mainstream. I wasn't gonna make that. Mainstream anime was gonna make that. Obscure Shota's even more accurate. Shut up. Also, I didn't go 3D. This game has some 3D environments that they use for like the effect of essentially simulating the protagonist looking around. Like, this is a thing that's been going on since the beginning of the game. It's quite a good effect, honestly. Then the kid tried to defend his mom. It's funny talking about it, but seeing it live was properly traumatizing. I just think it's just sad in general to see this happen. Jesus Christ, man. It's a delusion, no way. Maybe. Bro, you're just like Drake. Then, you a lesbian girl, meet. Anyway. They would ask me if I would crack some of my classmates, and I was like, no, I don't have any feelings for them. Then all our lives are terrible. Gummy Gun story times are like fallen angels without the glory. So the story, when I was walking home like usual, there was a girl in my class walking alongside me. Never spoke before, and we were never on friendly terms because I made a joke about how K-pop sucks. What about K-pop? Then your life's super terrible. Yeah, like the male version of the Nikkei Drake. Okay. Uh, anyway, moving on. Bro, she likes K-pop, so that Akira. Oh, hello, Akira. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. You arrived at quite the interesting moment. Anyway, we have to. No, we do not. I wanted to make a joke when on the back of the school, but nah. She likes K-pop and kinda made it a bit awkward. I was more of a dickhead at the time, so I thought nothing of it. And she was in front of me. I began to walk faster to get ahead of her and was idling with my finger on my hair. She thought I was pointing at her after I took my finger from my head and decided to be a dickhead and said, yeah, to play with. Don't point at me. I then pointed at her and then she said, don't touch her. So my hand got close and I said, not touching her. Oh god, you really were a dickhead. She threatened to fight me and said do it. She didn't. I joked, said she's a wimp, then walked away until a car appeared. It was her father threatening to beat me up because I had... Holy shit. Said I did nothing and he said she said so, and if I did anything else he would kill me, and then drove away. What am I even supposed to say? What am I... Like, how do you react to that story? Like, obviously, you didn't deserve that. Let's make this clear. But you really, like you said, you really were an asshole with that girl, like, doing that, honestly. Holy hell. I was about to say something so don't you dare. Anyway, Gummy Angel. Don't skip past that away. Oh, I am. Fucking, I am. By the way, new made anime. Ooh, nice. Gonna change the PFP as soon as I manage to find a perfect screen cap for her. Looking forward to that. The fuck is Arma talked about? Just dropped here. He's talking about like a story of how he almost got a false accusation. The next day, the assistant principal had confronted me about the assault, said I had not, and an argument later, all was well. Never even looked at her again afterwards. She eventually left the school and I had never spoken to her again. I wonder if I bought that on myself. No, like, you shouldn't have done that, but again, you didn't deserve that happening. No, nobody does, unless, you know, they actually did it, you know? Crazy thing is, that same girl that gave Guy a head that day, few days later, she went to... Yeah, you dodged several bullets there, Gummy Gun. Holy shit. I hope she feels ashamed to this day for making it harder for real victims to speak up and be believed. That's a good point. Like, a lot of people don't, like, realize it, but this one, it's not, like, the worst thing, but one of the worst things about false accusations is exactly like they do what a lot of feminists, like, say, right? That they exactly enhance that, like, point about, like, victims not being believed, you know? So yeah, like, you're completely right about that. I don't know if it's edgy, but I believe people like that deserve to be under 6, to be like 6. Oh, I don't know if it's edgy, but I believe people like that deserve to be 6 feet under. No, that's not edgy at all, honestly. Not to sound, I mean, misogynistic, but that's pretty common armor. Yeah, Pio, it sucks. Lots of women. Yeah, true. Anyway, back to the story. I'm here. I'm right here, okay? Don't be afraid. Remy smiled gently at me and wiped my tears away with her finger. Yes, I know what 6 feet under means, Big Pio, don't worry. Was really pathetic. Crying, screaming, being afraid like this in front of a girl. But Remy said she'd be with me anyway. Right now, the only thing keeping my mind from shattering was this warmth. I didn't want to let go of this hand. Not until I had the D sword. Okay. Maybe next stream I'll tell more stories about my bad experiences with ladies. A racist woman who called me a slur offed herself, and my mom accusing me of... Oh god. I hope things get better for you, Arma. Like, genuinely. But actually, since we are on like weird moods, like already, like I heard that a few, like, well, people in general, you know, for some reason, like, you know, people who are into fandom, you know, like the Redditors and like those types of quote unquote people, right? Apparently, like, a lot of people who are into fandom like being called slurs. Like, they like to be degraded to that level. Like, I heard about this and I was like... Anyway, moving on. Something very strange was happening at Miyashita Park in the depths of the night. Whose eyes are those? Whose eyes are those? Whose eyes are those? Whose eyes are... Yeah, there's repeated. Large group was huddled in the middle of the park. There were at least 100 people there, probably more. Most of them were in their teens. Some were in their high school uniforms, while others were girls wearing fashionable clothes. There were boys wearing otaku-style glasses too, and even ganguro girls, a rare sight these days. From a distance, it looked like some kind of local event, but if you got up close, you'd realize just how strange it was. Everyone was looking down at the ground, with blank stares on their faces. There are so many people here, but nobody was talking to each other. They were just standing there, unmoving. Everyone was smiling a little as they mumbled and muttered to themselves. They were all endlessly repeating the same words. Whose eyes are those? There was no emotion in their voices. The words came out of the mouths of 100 people, flat and toneless, as a monk reciting a sutra. Of course, there was almost nobody else in the park, probably because they didn't want anything to do with this strange crowd. The woman cutting through the park on the way home from work, the old ladies walking their dogs, they all turned and ran when they saw this bizarre sight. There was one man, though, who was watching them carefully. He seemed to have some involvement with the group, but he was standing a good distance away. He was wearing an outfit that would fit right in at Akihabara. Plaid shirt, jeans, beat-up sneakers, fingerless gloves, and a red bandana, with a huge green backpack on his back. He was badly overweight, and his shirt buttons seemed like they might burst at any moment. It was late October, so the weather was cold, but he was sweating and constantly wiping his forehead down with a hand towel. He seemed worried about something, as every few seconds he would look around and check over his shoulder. Between these checks, though, he would let his shoulders sway and grin with joy. There was another sound in the park alongside the strange chanting coming from the group. It was the sound of some kind of machinery and was coming from his backpack. Another teen came into the park, this one a teenage girl in an unbuttoned blazer. She walked right toward the rest of them, showing no signs of fear at the strange chanting. Her long black hair flowed in the wind with every step she took. For some reason she had a half-eaten popsicle in her hand. The group ignored her completely. They were lost in their own world, endlessly repeating the same phrase over and over. The fact that they ignored her didn't seem to bother her at all. When she got close to the group, she suddenly stopped. She stood for a moment, eating her popsicle with an air of indifference. You could hear the sounds of crunching ice coming from her mouth when she took a bite. When she finished her popsicle, she looked at the stick, then grunted in frustration and threw it on the ground. Her gaze was sharp as she examined each individual in the crowd. Hey, who are you? No, I'll leave this for later. The man with the backpack screamed, as if he couldn't take it anymore. The girl, Sena Aoi, had noticed that he was the only person paying any attention to her. She snorted derisively at him, then suddenly crossed her hands and stretched them out in front of her. The space around her hands seemed to blur slightly, and the fuzzy outline of a metallic pole began to appear out of thin air. It passingly resembled a hoe, or maybe a shovel, but it didn't really look like either of them. It was a sharp blade that split just above the handguard. The blur faded and the weapon became solid. Senna grabbed it tight with both hands. But that wasn't all. Both ends of the blade she was holding, as well as the space off to its right side, began to glow with a blue glint. More metal parts appeared in a glowing space, just like before. Okay. Generally, I would get through the scene before addressing you guys, but Akira actually pissed me off. Like, what do you mean 10s are kinda ugly? Like, I'm not even a 10 person. I personally prefer, like, girls, like, both in real life and in anime, girls that are actually just dark skinned, right? But, like, is Akira actually, like, bad-mouthing, like, 10 lines? Like, nah. Okay? Like, I'm not a fan. I'm not even a fan of 10 lines. Like I said, I prefer something else. But, like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, that's cringe. That's cringe. Not saying, like, that 10 marks are ugly. Cringe. Anyway. Oe embracing his Brazilian. When did I ever deny it? Anyway, so metal parts appeared in the glowing space, just like before. Then, with a heavy clanking, they fused themselves to the first blade. In the end, they formed a ring, and a long trail of light stretched out to its right. A long blade, split as if in half, appeared alongside the light. What had started as some sort of hoe or shovel had now become a massive sword. Sharp and elegant, pure and destructive, terrible and beautiful. The impossibly large weapon was now held tightly in Senna's hands. The man with the backpack didn't react, he simply frowned and stared at Senna. "You're not a part of this, are you? Get lost." The tone of his voice, which was high-pitched for a man, was arrogant and brash. He waved a hand, shooing her off. Senna quietly opened her mouth to speak. "Are you in charge here?" It was more of a rhetorical question than an actual one. Her eyes were locked on the man in the backpack. He started to get scared. "Answer me, where's Hatano?" The man went pale and stepped back, but didn't answer her question. The crowd continued to murmur, "Whose eyes are those?" without showing the slightest bit of interest in them. If anything, it seemed possible the crowd didn't even see them at all. Senna and the backpack man were both staring at each other. The first to look away was the backpack man. "Who's Hatano?" He isn't even trying to hide. Even if I knew him, I wouldn't tell you. You're really not making this good on yourself. Senna fell silent, swinging the sword around to her front and taking the fog stance. She bent her knees and leaned forward. Don't get the wrong idea. What's with the sword? I thought this was Japan, not Britain. No, in Britain they have, like, knives. They don't have swords. One of the stances used in Japanese theatrical combat. The blade is held level with the hilt at the side of the head and the tip pointed towards the enemy. The stance was often seen in older styles of Japanese swordsmanship. By holding the blade at eye height, you could slash at an opponent's eyes. Thus, when blinded, it would feel like a fog has set over their vision, which is how the stance got its name. Pretty badass. The sword glowed again. But instead of the pale light it had been at first, it was now red-violet. There was a sudden sound, like a woman's high-pitched scream. The air shook. That wasn't any sort of metaphor or simile. The air was physically moving. The space itself had begun vibrating, centered around Senna's sword. The blade's red light had become so intense that it was hard to look at. Senna let out a small breath, and then she gritted her teeth hard. The noise grew louder. Lightning bolts raced from the blade. A sonic wave blasted the air itself. The vibrating sound stopped immediately afterwards, but the blade was still flashing red like a pulsating vein. Senna slowly pointed the sword toward the man with the backpack. The crowd around them, which had been ignoring them thus far, finally took notice. It seemed like they regained their senses, because they ran from the park without knowing what had happened. Senna ignored them, keeping her eyes fixed on the man with the backpack. Ah! The man had been indifferent before, but now he was afraid. His face was pale, and he was slowly stepping away from her, shaking his head as if to say, "No! Wait, I really don't know anybody named Hatano, they just told me what to do. I told you, don't get the wrong idea." Senna ignored the man's pleas. "I only asked as a way of saying hello. No matter what you said, I was going to destroy it." There was a fierce light in her eyes. The man with the backpack screamed pathetically before he turned and ran. The direction he'd chosen was right, toward the stampeding crowd. With nowhere to run, he froze. By then, Senna had already leapt towards him, closing the distance in an instant. Damn, that's screenshot worthy right there. Her strike was quick and powerful, so strong and so fast that it was hard to believe. It came from her frail body. She swung her blade in an arc, slicing through the man's backpack and destroying what was inside. The impact blew the man backwards. He fell on the ground, curling up into a ball and shivering. He didn't have the strength left to run. He pissed himself in fear, and a damp spot was forming on his back. Damn, is that they're really like hammering home how pathetic this guy is. Is he like Takumi's like long lost brother or something? Anyway, Senna walked over to him, showing no interest in the man himself. Instead, she looked down at what was left of his backpack. There was a machine inside, shooting off small plumes of sparks. Looked something like a bulky Molden, but now it had been smashed to useless pieces by Senna's sword. The loud mechanical noise emanating from it a moment ago was now nowhere to be heard. "Nozomi," she whispered this name to no one in particular. There was hatred in her voice. As autumn grew deeper, the air got colder. It was hard to believe that I had been wearing short sleeves just a short while ago. The sky above me was hazy, like its colors were starting to fade. The leaves at the park were brightly colored, though. Maybe the trees were stealing the color from the sky. Ooh, so deep. I looked up at the sky and jammed a toothbrush in my mouth. The nice thing about the base was that I had the whole roof to myself without worrying that anybody would see me. Okay. Let's save. And like I'm going to need to BRB right now. I'll be back shortly, and when I am, I'll be getting to your comments and discussing like something. And after doing so, like we'll get back to the game. Okay, I'm back. Those kinds of people that spread lies about that stuff, poop in their mouth and choke on it. Damn, okay. Uh, you're gonna probably hear me eating. Sorry, like I said, I was pretty, like, out of it today, and I'm gonna have to eat on stream. I'm sorry. And anyway, I'm gonna take a shower then come back. I hate how women bring up rape, especially because it feels like a checkmate rather than actually caring about the issue. Coming from an actual victim, it disgusts me. I'm gonna be honest, Arma. Like, I get it. Like, you can have your own opinions on that, but personally, I'm not going to continue down that route because I don't feel comfortable myself engaging with that topic. Don't feel well informed enough, and I just don't feel like it's appropriate for this stream. I know that we're talking about a bunch of weird stuff, but I feel like this is going a bit far. Like, again, it's not that you can't have these opinions, but personally I prefer if we didn't go down that route in this stream. But anyway, was gonna come to the arcade, but my dad will not hand over gas money. Gotta get a job. Oh god, don't mention race play. I hate race play. Lies, I mean. Okay, the dummy mommy types. I'm sorry, but I just gotta mention this too. Like, because it's very, in terms of like race play, it's very like baffling to me just how do I say this? How blatant people are with that stuff, because like I saw like one of those images on Rule 34, right? Of that whole like blacked like kink, right? And what's the name? Oh, right. There was some dude who, like, understandably, given like the contents of the image, which I will not describe, like, he was pretty disturbed. I was as well. Like, and he was like, "Hey, like, isn't this black thing kind of racist?" And some dude then just goes and like responds to his comment like, "Yeah, it is racist. Like, that's the entire point." Like, just like that. Like, people are just so blatant with it. They don't even have any like shame, any like, "Oh no, but maybe like, see, no, they're just racist." It's baffling to see, honestly. Anyway, okay. By the way, a new game was released recently where you become Truck-kun and send people to the other world. Yeah, I saw that game. It looks pretty interesting. Seen some crazy race play where a black man was blindfolded and naked while... I'm not reading that. Gyaru are hot. They're sexy. Sexy pale skin Gyarus are so sexy. No wonder why Arma hates women. Look at all these Fui trauma posts. Trauma dumps, sorry. Reading, god damn it, oh god. Gyarus are kind of overrated. Arma 16, by the way, what the fuck are his parents? You know what, I was going to say something, but I probably shouldn't, honestly. Come on, don't play dumb. You know when you were raised on the internet, your parents don't matter. To be fair, like, when I... You know what? Maybe I'll talk about it later. Like, no, I actually already talked about it. I don't even need to. Whatever. Gyarus are the best thing to happen to Japan since rice cultivation. Anyway. Piu out here be making an army of enemies with these statements. About 7 out of 10 in looks, but I guess I'm lucky. I was talking on this forum about how I was on 4chan when I was 12. Same, unfortunately. Big P, what did you say about Gyarus being overrated? Where's the ban button? You don't have it on this account, sorry. Yeah, Akira, kinda raised by the internet. Not like my mom, actually much better. That wasn't there either, though that's sub story and a half, so I'll leave it there. Wasn't expecting... I wasn't watching that when I was 16, okay? Anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, sexy rebellion Japanese girls that are very open Western guys. I don't mean I don't dislike Gyarus, but they aren't all that. I probably put them in the middle of my tier list, especially the 10 ones. Like, I mean, I like them because I just like black, brown girls in my ero manga. But if there were more of them, I would throw away Gyarus without looking back. Then, okay. That I understand more, but like, I still don't agree. I will use a burning hot needle and cut out your eardrums. Yeah, seems like you're making a ton of enemies here. And I don't mean that in a Twitter way of, ooh, Japan's so racist for not putting black people in my... Yeah, I get what you meant. I did start using 4chan at 16 though, so something glass houses something. Big pill, especially the 10 ones, what's this piercing pain I feel in my chest? But me, I have a Gyaru kink, so that's why the stop pale Gyaru is number 1 for me. Like I said, I like them, they're just not all that. And I already addressed this, especially compared to casually dark. Casually dark. Not even gonna comment on that. I hate those weirdo anime fans who talk about diversity, buddy. The story occurs in Japan with a Japan author. Your kind is barely there. Even white people are rarely there, let alone your kind. I mean, like, in regards to diversity, I just don't think it's like something you should demand, you know? Like, encouraging it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but like, demanding it, like, it's some great sin that, like, it isn't there, it's where I draw the line personally. That sword's cool as shit, for real, 10 marks. At least stand below your bikini, those 10 marks are, ooh, you definitely need to get fucking obliterated. Akira, 10s are kinda hot for me, especially 10 marks, ooh, I love 10 marks. Get execute together with you, yeah. Their normal 10s are okay as long as they're Nagatoro 10 levels, I'm okay. As long as you not go overboard with the 10s. How would you go overboard with 10s, honestly? I have no idea. Okay, I should probably actually shower now. Yeah, you should. Just know I'm right. I like Buta, but I like naturally brown girls more. Like, which you don't really see in Japan, so I'm sad. I wanna test something. Out of all the romance anime, I hate all but 2 of them. Try and guess the 2 I like and I'll actually stop edge posting. I just can't, man. Mods eliminate Akira. Speaking of edge, I hate some edginess, safe edginess which is not logical, and over edge which screams attention seeking. Those are the worst kinds. After all, there are things that makes over 10s that make them look kinda orange with over okay, I see what you mean now. What's with that sword? Okay. To be honest, being ashamed of being Brazilian is something I used to see a lot on the internet when I was younger. Secondhand embarrassment from our bad rap online makes sense, but there's a limit to everything. Pale Gyarus are number 1. Stark, I don't feel so good. In Canada, we have swords, but there's a new law on that now. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? British is more known for swords than Japan, not gonna lie, and better at it. Glad we could agree. Anyway, honestly, naturally brown girls are very beautiful, but if you want a pardinha so bad, then come to Brazil. I mean, Teto isn't wrong there. I want a Wakazashi katana. Yeah, Wakazashi katana. I hate comedy anime, but there's one comedy anime I enjoy. Why are they acting like she has a giant sword or something? Oh wow, I wonder. My favorite Gyaru is in Wuthering Waves. It makes certain veins plush, if you know what I mean. Yes, I do. Anyway. And no, Radio of Healer is not a parody anime. Like, it's just edgy. Too bad for you, Arma, because the Isekai parody of this season just ended and it was pretty fun. You're missing peak comedy. The girl is just aura farming. Anyway. Parody anime bore me, I hate them, and regardless, there are only 5 good isekai and the anime is usually worse than the light novel. The latter part of this is correct. Are there things you don't hate other than God, Shiro, and Bleach? I'm starting to wonder too. Anyway, prefer parody animes and not Japanese works over most other types of media because you see more affectionate parodies in these. Most Western parodies are made out of spite rather than love. I also like that about Japanese parody that is usually made out of love rather than spite. I don't know, it just creates better stories in my opinion, even though like a lot of people will say that spite can create good stories too. Saga of Tanya the Evil is a great one, and Mushoku Tensei of Isekai. Tanya season 2 next year, I think, right? Hopefully. DQS, probably not actually. I do have animes I like and games. You just notice my hate more than my love. Ah, okay. Oh, wait, taking a piss moment. Do you need to put it like that? Wait, Tanya season 2, oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna love it when it comes out. Mentioned a few months ago, but it's Yusha to Rokushu, aka Ridiculous Reincarnation. The anime can subvert my expectations by being mostly lol so random Japanese humor. That I'll say I don't particularly like. Doesn't matter if it's American or Japanese, I just don't like lol so random like humor in general, frankly. It's just not for me. Need more Tanya in my life, you and me both, buddy. That wasn't Tanya season 2 confirmed quite some time ago. Tanya anime sucks. Overrated by a lot. Okay, we need to ban Arma. Not really, but still, that was the shit take to end all shit takes. Jesus Christ. Um, mm. The light novel is solid though, and the manga. Ah, okay, okay. So you get to live a bit more. And too bad, Rule 34 of Tanya is illegal in Canada, but at least Lily from Stella Bay was not. Recognize her as petite. Well, at least that, you know. People just talking about like Tanya. It was confirmed, but didn't know it was last year. It was next year, okay? The Tanya light novel is very dense in information armor. You read a lot, don't you? Remember liking the light novel but dropping it because I was already reading too much stuff at the time. Yeah, Gummy. I agree more with Gummy Gun on like the anime of Tanya the Evil. But I respect your opinion, Arma, especially since you said that the light novel is at least good. People just talking about like isekai like Mushoku Tensei. Ah, fair way. Yeah, but Eminence is self-aware of that while still trying to take itself seriously. It's a mixed approach that the manga completely forgone to focus solely on the parody aspect of the novel, completely mischaracterizes the story. But as I was saying, Sagatone the Evil in my top 10, but if you do not like it, man, I'm saying to each their own taste. I hate One Piece. Parody series kinda fail in my opinion. Okay. The only huge issue with OP, is being the super scuffed pacing of the anime. Repeating the same animation cycle for 10 seconds is crazy. Multiple times the same episode. What the fuck, Toei? I mean, I never expected much from Toei, but that was like on a different level. I never expected it to be that bad, you know? Ah, okay. One day I should have a tweak session as I trauma dump about every foil in my life. I advise you not to. Ama has some taste, I can say. Yeah, who doesn't like Tanya? It's like an isekai bleach. Okay. You have to force yourself to make a diverse cast or demand for it. It was never diverse, but replacement. Gummy, compare nothing to Bleach, the best anime ever created. Akira gets it. The author of Invincible saying he changed the sex of a character in the TV show because his comic had too many white men was genuinely pathetic. I saw some people actually defending that. Actually, let's get into this because this is interesting. Like, I really hate when people like defend like changes in an adaptation because because I understand that some changes need to be made for the sake of adaptation, but when they defend these changes because oh it made the story better, like I hate that like with a passion. Like because like better in whose opinion, you know? And like so that's the first thing. And the second thing is, okay, but what about the things we lost, you know? Because I saw someone defending this on the basis of, oh no, like there were too many like men in the story, so the relationship felt a lot like the relationship between a bunch of brothers. So like putting a girl there, like changing their sex to be a girl, like was good because it diversified things. It gave a new, like it put a new dynamic in the story, which I think was good. And like okay, but like what's wrong with the dynamic of a bunch of brothers? Like why is having suddenly like a random sister thrown in, and like I mean sister, none of them are related obviously. I'm talking about Invincible and like Ellen and like Metal Jacket and like the purple kids, like none of them are related, but they have a very brotherly bonds, like in the comic. And like since Metal Jacket was turned into like a girl, like in the reviewer's opinion, it diversified things because now we have like a brotherly relationship and a sisterly relationship. And I was like, okay, but why not have the relationship of a bunch of brothers? That has value too. Like, how does that make the story necessarily better? Like, maybe you prefer that because you prefer like more different relationships, but like there is value in the relationship of a bunch of brothers. Like taking that out and changing doesn't necessarily make things better. You know, you're losing something important in there as well. And so I really don't like this justification of, oh, it made the story better, because generally, no it didn't. Like, it's generally just some cope. It's just like with the whole, that I keep bringing up because I'm kind of interested on it, kinda. Like, The Boys. Like, the comic is fantastic. Like, a lot of people were saying, no, the change that they made to the comic made the series so much better. Bullshit. Like, it's always scope. I really hate this argument, honestly. But anyway. Speaking of which, is it true that Bleach is getting more story? I thought that stuff ended. I really hope it did. Like, I think that Bleach had a pretty good end. I really hope they don't just drag the story just to keep making more, honestly. Hate Bleach 1000, Year Blood War had a little bit of censorship, For real, there's nothing wrong with black, disabled, and neurodivergent characters, actually. That anime and games that portray them with genuineness. The problem comes from these characters that exist for the sake of, look, we love the... I can't even say that. And you can tell when a character is disabled or black for the sake of, oh, I have friends who are, That's very disrespectful. I'll give you that away. Half the jokes did make me cringe in that isekai parody. Okay. Oh, hello, Generico. Welcome to the stream. One of them was painful to watch even. Then I arrived too late. Are we banning Arma? Not yet. Anyway. Sub 5 normies trying to defend their favorite series with pure emotion versus truly intellectual Arma who studies writing and hates normies. Okay, I'll give you that. That it's truly like Chad versus like a version there. You people have surface level hate, and that's where we differ. That comment made me spit my one. Arma's a pro hater. Loving Chain Soldier, man. Great ecchi anime. I heard good things about it. Though I really would like to, because there's this ecchi manga that I started reading that I really loved, but that I didn't finish. I want to finish it before I do anything else, which is Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka. I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. Seeing Chained Soldier fan makes my heart ache because I read the manga up until chapter 100 before dropping it. If I see fans of that series, I'll wipe you from this earth. So, anyway. Actually, that reminds me, there was a manga, I don't even know the name of it, but like, I need to talk about it because like, it really, that manga's main character really gave me Takumi vibes, you know? Because like, in the manga, the dude has like a virginity kink, right? And so he really despises this like very pretty delinquent girl because she's known as like the school's bitch, right? But she ends up through like some events of the story and all that, like falling in love with him, and like she really wants to, she really likes him. She really wants to try to convince him to like her. She even starts like, because he likes anime, right? Dressing up more and acting more as an anime girl to try to convince him to be into her, right? And like, that's all fine and dandy. Like, I don't agree with the main character, but I get it. Like, the series was going well up until that point. But like, there's a scene that really pissed me off and made me drop the like manga, in which like the girl actually like reveals that she isn't like a bitch, because there was always this like kind of mystery, like, oh, why is she called the school's bitch? Like, this girl is lovely. Like, she isn't in any way a bad person or like super sexual or anything like that. And like, she reveals that the only reason she is actually like known as the school's bitch is because of a misunderstanding, because she isn't a virgin, because she was raped, you know? And she reveals that to the main character, and like, he doesn't even care. Like, obviously he is like sad, he's like, oh god, that's terrible that this happened to you, but even then he's like, but you're not a virgin, so like, dude, I don't think being raped counts, you know? I really, oh god, that was disgusting. Oh god, I really dropped that manga. Again, I know it's not like real, I know it's just fictional. I'm not saying like, oh, it's so problematic, but personally, I couldn't keep reading after that. Like, that dude was just the worst. What's even worse than that, though, is that, like, there's this cosplayer I follow called Rina, right? And, like, she went through something like that, but even worse in her life. Because she made a post saying that she was sad because, like, she was 26 and still a virgin, right? And like, no one believed her because she's a very like attractive woman. So everyone was saying like, oh, you're a liar, you're a bad person, etc. Like, and like, if you want to believe her or not, like, I don't care. But like, what a particularly nasty group of people did was like the worst, because some absolute no-lives dug up a tweet that she made, like admitting to a trauma that she had because she was abused, let's just say, at 4 years old. And then they were saying, see, she was abused, that means she's not a virgin anymore. I looked at that and I was like, getting shot would be too merciful for you. You need to be like burned at the stake, like one of those witches in like the past for bullshit like that. Like Jesus Christ. But anyway, anyway, I'm 100% sure Sheena in the Sakura Soul Pet anime is autistic, like actually autistic and not like quirky anime girl autistic. Yeah, a lot of people think that as well. I don't think it's ever been confirmed, but a lot of people have analyzed her psychologically and like said that she has a lot of similarities to that. Since you are talking about Toei, but isn't it one of the few that doesn't treat its animators like slaves? Well, if it doesn't, then good for them. But like, they're still open to criticism in the fact that the animation is ass. Like, good on them for not mistreating the workers, if true. But like, I can still like criticize their ass animation even then. My favorite girl is the main white hair girl in Chain Soldier. She gets even better. She may be a top 10 waifu. She gets even better season 2. They're one of the biggest studios ever in Japan. No way animators don't get overworked AF. If it changes race or gender for representation diversity, I'm going to assume you're an actual... Anyway, what's your top 3 ecchi anime of all times, guys? One of them, due to pure nostalgia, would have to be like Rosario Vampire. The second one would have to be Monogatari. And like, actually my 3 favorite anime are ecchis, since I'm that much of a degenerate. So it would be Rosario Vampire, Monogatari, and like Nyaruko-chan. Taking things up for diversity is the definition of social cucking. I kinda do, but in the sense that they are still Japanese black company workers, and the common animation companies in Japan treat its workers way worse. Anyway, fucking, you guys comment so much. What's the problem with the dynamic of a bunch of brothers? Cause it's gay and the other would rather go the emoto route, of course. Imagine. For the number 1, Data Live. Number 2, oh, Data Live is pretty good. It's not in my top 3, but it is like definitely up there. Prison School and Chain Soldier for ecchi anime. Oh wait, the comic had some parts better than the show, especially the ending. But by the way, there are 2 times we see literal dogs. But by the way, there are 2 times we see literal dog sex in the comics. Let's agree both are dog shit. I personally like the comic, okay? Like, a lot of people say, oh, but it's, like, edgy for the sake of being edgy. No, like, well, yes, there are some parts that are like that. Like, I'm not saying that The Boys is perfect, but, like, the comics, I mean. But it's a lot better than people give it credit for, okay? That's what I'll say. Love Who as a whole, No Game No Life, and I can't pick a third one. A lot of contenders for that spot. Sora no Toshimono, DxD, etc. Hot take, I never liked Sora no Toshimono. Like, I know that a lot of, like, people like more perverted protagonists, but Issei was already, like, I already don't prefer him. But, like, the protagonist of Sora no Toshimono literally, like, disgusted me. I really don't like... I know a lot of people say that, like, they prefer more perverted protagonists in their ecchi instead of the nice guys, but I prefer the nice guys. Sometimes they can be done well, but generally perverts just go too far. They go from just, like, ooh, a person who likes boobs to actual, like, serial abuser, you know? Not reading that, Arma? I'm back with... By the way, I finished Infinite Stratus. That dog comment. Data Live mention. Also, it isn't an ecchi anime. My condolences, Pew. To me, I consider Data Live an ecchi. It was ass, but a predictable kind of ass. I gave it like a 6. Origami is my favorite in that show. Yeah, Tobichi Origami is definitely my... If I made a list, which I definitely should at some point, she definitely should go on like the top 10, probably top 5, honestly. Like Origami 2. Magical Girl Spec Ops Sasuke is great and has a great anime. I prefer the manga, but yeah, I really like Spec Ops Sasuke. Tobichi Origami. She has the greatest moment in OVA history in the first season's OVA. True. True Cell main character. Ascended incel. The dude is. I'm not reading that. I'm 24 in a version, but a happy one. So people just need to be banned off the internet. That's so fucked. I feel like they should get worse than just being banned off the internet. But anyway, those Twitter bans are spiritually Arab. Resumo da ópera. Brother, me abusaram. Tu deu. Disgusting. But anyway. I'm a wizard in training too, but like after a while I just realized the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Crap in the mountain, burn in bronze bowl. I mean, if I'm in a relationship, then woo, sex. But like, I'm not gonna cry if I'm still a virgin. Mapa de... Anyway. Parece uma fala de uma novela da Globo. Pior que parece mesmo, puta merda. About the natural brown girl's message for like 20 minutes ago. I already lived in Blacksville, USA, also known as Maryland. Like 50% of our population is black, so I'm surrounded by black people, and some of them are city girls. Okay. I was comparing Data Life to Infinite Stratus. I don't know what makes Data Life so good and Infinite Stratus so bad. The ending kept me at the edge of my seat the entire way through. I think I watched like 6 episodes back to back. Interesting. I'm scared of adulthood. I'm scared for adulthood. The most normal grocery trip I had with my dad's friend, it was like $100. Love fruits, but scared they cost too much. Oh, don't worry, adulthood is like looking pretty grim for most of us. I say as if I'm not already there. Well, I'm a man-child, so... Anyway. Yeah, only say if it's Japanese or Japanese get Western girls. Okay. DXD is overrated edgy. Okay, I don't agree with that. Anyway. OA trying to defend why it was necessary to have multiple gay grape bestialities. Look, it wasn't necessary, okay? But I feel like people overblown how bad they are. Like, some of them genuinely are necessary for the story they're trying to tell. Some are just the author being an edgelord. Anyway. So basically with ecchi anime, you either get a rapist or a clueless loser. Free speech is sometimes a mistake. Anyway. Well, what is that take? But also, those are my favorite girls in DXD, including Asia and that's top 3. Not for Infinite Stratus, I mean Data Life. Okay, that makes sense. Infinite Stratus was very hard to binge. What did you think of Infinite Stratus? The problem is that I watched that, like, relatively young. You know, I had a lot more tolerance for bullshit when I was younger, you know? So, like, for example, I recently, well, not recently, but a couple of years ago, I decided to watch an anime called 100, which I remember not being good, but, like, not being, like, that terrible either. And I couldn't get past the 6th episode. So, like, I can't say. I'd have to rewatch Infinite Stratus to really say my opinion. Because, for now, my opinion is just that it was meh. But, like, probably if I watched it today, I couldn't get past, like, the 1st episode. But anyway. DXD made the perverted protect trope right, in my opinion. Let's just say that I half agree with you there. I think it's definitely one of the, like, better examples, but I'm still not too happy with Issei. The perverted MCs are basically criminals, so I get it. Anyway, okay. I like ecchi to have at least a decent plot like Food Wars. I agree with that. Okay. OA would like to see the girl get raped by... OA would see the girl get raped by dogs in Tokyo Neon Scandal and be like, yeah, the plot needed this. I am not addressing that. Like D&D because he slowly calms down the perv meter and also gets explained why he's like that. So fair. Okay, that's a fair take, I think. Like High School of the Dead, great edgy because it had at least a decent zombie plot. Yeah, I'm going to go like even further. I think High School of the Dead was fire, like unironically. And yeah, I really like those two Big Pew. But before we proceed, I wanted to talk to you guys about something actually. Like, you guys, this is probably going to be predictable to you guys, but I really wanted to post like this image in like the community post, right? But like I decided against it because the kind of caption that I wanted to put it for it was like the usual thing, like it was something like thanks Mari, but like shorts don't really like excite me. Come back when you're wearing like actual like bloomers, you know. Was something like that, right? Or buruma, I should say. And like I thought about like posting that, but I was like, nah, I think a lot of people are probably not gonna get the joke. And like there are better things to post. You know, there are better, more interesting images to post. But yeah, I was thinking about posting this one and putting the caption because of course I was. Uh Oh, welcome to the stream, Grey Platonic. Welcome. Why do you hate shorts that much? I don't really hate shorts. You know, it's mostly just for comedic effect. I just like find it very like boring and stupid. When like, especially in like ecchi anime and ecchi stuff, they have the girls wearing like half pants in their jean uniforms. Like, come on, we all know that this shit is already like not realistic, you know? Like, for you guys that don't know, while skirts are still common in Japan, like, they're slowly like being phased out. And like we have even like entire schools where girls already pretty much wear the same uniform as the guys, you know? And still in anime, like pretty much every girl is running around not only with like skirts, but like mini skirts, you know? So the fact that like they will be like, oh no, we're going to do all this unrealistic shit. We're going to have the girls in mini skirts and like with crazy hair colors and with accessories and bunch of stuff, colorful stuff that you're definitely not allowed to have in a Japanese school. But no, actually putting in an ecchi like property, an ecchi like game or like anime, the undisputed most popular, most sexy like jean clothes ever made. Like we're not gonna put that in because like nowadays girls wear like shorts in real life. Like yeah, who the fuck cares about real life? Get that ass out of here. Like I'm not watching ecchi anime to fucking get real life. Fucking what the hell. So yeah, I don't really hate shorts. I just find that a bit frustrating. Do you have a Discord server? No, and neither am I ever getting one. I have a 4-minute video discussing why, but to give you a brief summary, essentially I don't have time to like moderate it, and like we definitely need to moderate it because if not, bad actors could easily exploit it. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Big Man and Grey Platonic. But yeah, we're going to get to back to the game now, and I'm going to let you guys' comments later. The sink was on the shipping crates outside, which made it rough when it rained, but on days where the weather was clear, I always brushed my teeth outdoors. I rub my sleepy eyes as I brush my teeth, remembering what happened yesterday. Remy had stayed with me until late at night. She even held my hand for the hour or so had taken for me to calm down. She'd gone home without anything else happening though. A boy and a girl in the same room for hours and nothing romantic happened at all. Very, very realistic, especially for Takumi. If I had the conversational skills necessary to make something happen though, I would have had a girlfriend ages ago. Uh-huh. But unfortunately for you, you're Takumi. Very tragic. If anything, I was disgusted at myself for hoping something would happen at all. Remy was trying to help me purely as a friend. Remy offering to stay with me was one of the few things even keeping me together. Having that support made a huge difference. Despite the shock of Dr. Takashina dying in the brain dead murder, a day later I was actually feeling fairly stable. What was up with that sexy Remy though? She was way too real to be just a hallucination. It was incredibly sexy, even just thinking back on it. Hadn't really stared that much, but yes, you did. But I had even seen the wrinkles in her panty. Then you did stare quite a bit. The self-proclaimed Panty-meister of figures only. You guys need to understand, I physically cringed at that, so I'm really gonna need a moment. Sorry, in case you didn't hear that, I'm really going to need a moment. Like, just give me a minute and I'll go back to it. I need to recover. As a self-proclaimed Panty-meister of figures only, I could state that they were incredibly realistic. If you're a Panty-meister of figures only, then you don't know what's realistic, you fucking... Oh god. A mere delusion couldn't recreate that level of detail. Die. Like, literally just die. I'm done with you. Like, that was too retarded even for me. Wait, that wasn't what mattered here. The power to project delusions into reality. Did it really exist? Was Shogun after me because I had it? I did have that power. Memories from when I was young came back to me. The day I hadn't been able to go on the field trip, the day I was the only one who didn't get in the accident. The bus had crashed and all my classmates had gotten hurt. My teacher, Mr. Saito, had died. I'd seen the images in my head so clearly. I could see every detail. Was that really just me seeing the future? If maybe that wasn't me seeing the future, but just my delusion. And what if I'd made that delusion a reality? My whole body felt like it was about to start shaking. I wrapped my arms around myself to keep my body still. Is there anything else? Doesn't look like it. If that was true, then you're a serial murderer. No, 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 no. You're not just a murderer. You're one of the worst murderers in the whole of Japan. You're an actual monster. Good morning. Rimi was there. She was incredibly cheerful for it to be this early in the morning. Seeing her smile made my shaking stop. It was so strange. Normally I couldn't stand being around 3D girls, but for some reason being with Rimi made me feel better. Why I feel like they're going to pull an FF10? I don't quite get what you mean by that, Generico Geronimo. Can you elaborate? Like, what do you mean they're going to pull an FF10? I came to get you. What's with the shocked face? Oh, right. According to my schedule, today was a school day, when I told Rimi about that yesterday. I'll come get you on the way to school then. Right, thanks to Shogun I was afraid to even go outside now. That was why Rimi had offered to stay with me. She was keeping her promise. Don't tell me you didn't think I'd come. Snap! Too bad. May not look like it, but I'm the caring and devoted type. Well, I can definitely see that. She gave me a mischievous wink. Was this an age game? Takumi. Takumi, look at me. No, I don't care that you're a character in the game. Look at me. Takumi, you were just saying how she was doing all this just out of, like, her being your friend, you know? You know this. You know it isn't like that. You know, and you were even disgusted at yourself for thinking this. Like, does your brain just not work? Oh, God. Was this an age game? In the real world, your female classmate didn't come to pick you up on the way to school. Maybe if you're really good friends, you know, they would. I do fucking remember walking, like, to school with, like, some classmates sometimes. Like, you know, some people have friends. Some people, like, actually go out with other people, with other humans, Takumi. This isn't just an age game thing. Like, people can be friends. It would have been even better if she'd come into my room when I was asleep and woken me up. Okay, that is just age game stuff, okay. But you can't have everything, I guess. Die. As I lost myself in my silly delusions, Rimi suddenly looked up at the sky. She was looking at something far away again. The winter sky seems like its colors have faded. I've been so sad lately, I feel kinda nurtured here. You mean in, like, my channel's chat? If so, I'm glad. I'm glad I can make you feel better, Great Platonic. Imagine being in reality and thinking about, like, age games while interacting with random women. Actually, I saw an experience that was kinda similar to this. Not like one-to-one, but it was kinda similar. Because what happened was that there was this guy that it was a creepypasta author I used to follow. And like he was going back home from university with his female friend, right? And for some reason, like during their trip, while they were talking together, he like imagined this whole story which he narrated in his like creepypasta channel about a girl like turning out to be like yandere, right? And like following him home and stalking him, threatening him. Like and he said the same thing, that he felt like really stupid, like having this whole like inspiration for a story just out of his friends like following him home, you know. It felt kind of bad, you know. But anyway, the winter sky seems like its colors have faded. Why do you think that is? Sunlight contains a spectrum of 7 colors, the same colors seen in the rainbow. For those 7 colors to reach the human eye, they have to pass through Earth's atmosphere. When that happens, a phenomenon called scattering occurs. Basically, the light collides with the molecules in the air and gets bent in random directions. When the light bends in random directions, it starts flying all over the place. The more it scatters, the easier it is for it to enter the human eye. The color which scattered most easily were purple and blue. That's why the sky was blue? I'm very smart. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. But Rimi's answer was very different from my dull scientific one. Must be because it's cold and everybody is looking at the ground. So there aren't as many people who want it to be blue. What are you, 5? The fuck? Rimi Sam said something like that before, but when was it again? So even if it's cold, let's look up as we walk. Okay, before we get to this, let me just save. Perfect. And I'll get to your guys' comments. I can deal with herons as long as there's a main girl, and they still have the good rom-com moments with Spice too, because porn addiction. How do we get here? I wish I could tell you. What do you think, OA grape parts? What's your opinion on them? Did it ruin or add things? Like grape scenes? I feel like grape scenes are like everything else. Like they can be done well and they can be done poorly. And like there isn't just one or other way. There are multiple ways to make them good in like various different contexts. I really dislike this whole like attitude of no, if you make a grape scene in your story, it needs to be like super respectful and accurate. And no, you can make it good like even while making it super edgy, you know, and unrealistic. Anyway, kissable belly button. Mary Tummy, quite attractive. Psycho, best girl in High School of the Dead. I don't necessarily agree, but I think she is up there, definitely. Tummy? I'm back, where's Tummy? I was gonna say, why wouldn't we get it, but I remember your post gets way more attention from time to time. Psycho is also top 25 waifu of all time. Whoa! Well, I think the shorts can highlight different kinds of eroticism. No, my top 50 waifu too as well. Pero. But you're weird and you don't like panty shots, so maybe that's too highbrow for you. Nah, he doesn't he explain why in a video. But those shorts are still hot. No, he mentioned he ain't making it. Oh, but for erotic moments in shorts, imagine the legs creep up a bit. You see a bit of the panties. Or the other way around, that they fall a bit. I feel like such a pervert writing this outlaw. Support not having a server, but I would be the head moderator, so you have nothing to worry about. I'm just not going to make one, okay? No, I'm not like commenting further on that. Also, Discord is compromised by the whole ID surveillance act. That's a good like point too. Maybe you are a pervert. You being a moderator will be something to worry about. I am. I just don't like to feel like it. Anyway, but addressing the whole shorts thing, I just like yeah, I think that's the reason, honestly. Because I'm not like a fan of panty shots like in general, you know? So like yeah, that's probably, thinking about it, that's probably the reason why I don't like shorts, why I prefer Buruma, because like with Buruma you just get the like the eroticism I get from the clothes themselves. You don't need them to raise up or down so you can see something. Especially given that I don't particularly care for panty shots, like that's probably the reason. Okay, people talking about things. I feel like such a pervert having smacks with my wife in my dreams. Lol. Big Pew, who's absolutely not a lolicon, just reminder that Mari is a lolly too. Kodokunasu, you're a lolly colonizer. She's right above the height of consent. I can lust after her all I want without being one of you damn lolicons. Sure, you keep telling yourself that. Panty what a fraud. Colonizer? Lolly colonizer? So you're telling me Kodoku Nasu's favorite is Kurumi. Anyway. Me when I'm in a corny Gunner competition, my opponent is Takumi. Yeah, he has a soul beat on that aspect. What if, supposedly it turns... Okay, they're just talking. Big Pew, you damn lolicons me mentioned. I found out what Kurumiya is and oh man. By the way, Akira, did you know the pink-haired girl who made this, who made the Infinite Stratos has the same VA as Rika? No, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Nope, it was not plot relevant at all. They just added that for shock value. Okay. Anime Pocahontas, that sounds so hot. Would be fun if it were plot relevant though. OA model and 10 years smash. Actually, I support this. If anyone wants to make art of like my model, like the OA character, like getting it on with like Tanya, I would be very happy about that. No, I'm asking if what if story made it relevant. That would be funny. Okay. I quote that meme every day since the KYDB video. Okay, legal lollies for the win. Maho Steins Gate, true. Lolly anime Pokemon. Okay, people talking about like FF10. I played it. Okay, do you think I can Takumi? Not to you, you loser. True. Oh, Taido's being killed by a blitzball. Takumi is what the average normies thinks we are. Unfortunately, yeah, that's probably true. Anyway, we're on speakeasy for degenerates. Long. Rimi is like, you loser, your seed will never be. I love the fucking OA fan fiction you guys sometimes make. We'll be alright. Well, sometimes Foids love to talk to me while I'm fantasizing about what I'm going to do to my eroge waifus when I get back home. It's not my fault, those Foids there talk to me while I'm pandering. How's my Takumi impression? Oh, like spot on. It's not the twist? Okay. Imagine using the train every day, and one day you go to the conductor to buy a ticket, and two green gremlins are there. Oh no! Did he tell her? He should have said she was his muse. I think that would have been pretty awkward. Oh, hey, would you rather smash Koneko from High School DxD or Tatsumaki? Okay, Koneko. I have a grape fetish. Okay. As long as it's like fictional, like I don't mind. Anyway, okay. Would you rather smash Rika from Higurashi or Tatsumaki from One Punch Man? Tatsumaki in that case. Like, I like Rika, but not like to that level. I'm very smart, bro. I looked up Koneko on Pixiv, and the first thing that oh god, it will make sense eventually, genetic. Would rather smash Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners or Rebecca? Fart fetish gotta be the most weird. No, it definitely isn't. Gummy Gun. I'll be honest. Things way worse than that. Actually, like, I will admit to some. Should I talk about it? Actually, I'm not going to talk about this. Let's move on. Would rather smash Downor from Numineko or Satoko from Higurashi? Yeah, I can't decide on that one, fortunately. Koneko is still good, man. Green hair is great, but you can't just win against white-haired woman. Nice save there. Rebecca, I don't like Megumi in that way, mainly because, say it with me, chat, I'm not a lolicon. Give the cream, shoot the ice, the great equalizer is the cream. Lolicon Janai, feminist desu. I will go with Downor, number one girl in Numineko. Okay. Not the weirdest thing we've seen here. You should see what Teto was talking about, you know. Dude, you just reminded me of the whole woke lolicon on shitter, and I think you are fitting that description. Me? Like, me? Do you think I'm a woke lolicon? If you're saying that, like, I feel quite insulted, Genérico Jerônimo. Like, I personally, I don't like identify with either label. I'm just a lolicon. Like, that whole, like, woke lolicon shit and the whole chud, like, lolicon shit, can we just stop that? Like, I just don't like either of those. Like, I really take offense to that, frankly. Melusine or Nagatoro? Melusine. Oh wait, what's your NFSW hashtag? I don't have one. I don't even have an art hashtag. I don't think anyone has ever made art of me. Anyway. Just saw this cute anime girl, then I saw... okay. Exclusively drawing dark-skinned girls with big breasts is a crime, by the way. I feel like I've seen plenty of, like, dark-skinned lollies, but maybe it's because I've just been looking at too much fan art. Anyway. No, don't gatekeep. Don't be vague. That was pew. That's a penis? Talk about what? Is it too heavy a topic? No. It's just, that, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just fucking talk about it. It's just that I said that I like Riona, right? And while I, don't like, Vor, right? I'm not a Vor guy. I really like this Vor artist. I don't remember his name. I have to, like, research about it. Because, like, he does, like, outside the Vor stuff, he does a lot of constriction stuff, you know? He draws a lot of, like, snakes, specifically. Like, wrapping around girls, generally in, like, swimsuits, and, like, strangling them. And, like, while I don't like his Vor shit, like, that is pretty cool. If I do say so myself. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I like, an artist, but not for his, like, you could say main thing, you know? Anyway. Green is the best feminist in fiction. Thank God I don't use Twitter. Woke lolicon sounds like a term of doom. It is. It is. Indeed, I also started reading the Black Souls author Toho horror comic, and wow, it's actually kind of great. That I'm going to have to disagree with you, Akira. It's garbage. Oh, wait, talk about Melu knowing damn well he doesn't play FGO. Oh, hey, like, I may not play it anymore, but I played it for 5 fucking years, okay? I can talk about Melu scene. God damn it. Would you rather smash Tanya or N102? Fuck. Look, I'm going to sound like a cuck saying this, but N102 is too daughter, even for me, okay? I would probably rather smash Tanya. Does it count as LARP to jerk it to a character you don't know about? I hope so. No, it doesn't. Melucine's my favorite Secret monster cards. Oh, did you guys see Nikkei decide to end of service? Oh god, I really hope it doesn't. Oh god. We need tall, slender, thin, succulent, suckable anime girls with flat chests. I mean, you're not wrong, but still. Akira, you're filth. Snakes is kind of too much for me. I wanna... Anyway. I haven't seen, like, any season of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I haven't actually seen any season of Yu-Gi-Oh! After GX, so I can't tell you that, Gummy sorry. I do like it when Vor is used for Monster Girl transformations. What the fuck? Anyway, by the way, the topic was going, I thought you were going to say you were into snakes. No. No. Fucking no. Tanya seems like the kind to literally crush your palms. Yeah, probably, yeah. So reminder, you do recall that Koishi's adventure is not from the BS author, right? He actually got inspired by that. Again, like, I'm going to have to see that, because I was pretty sure that was the case, but I'll have to see. Not a metaphorical way. Lily from Stellar Blade or Evie from Stellar Blade Blood Rain? Evie. Anyway. Also, wait, get back to FGO. Anniversary soon, so you can get back in track. No. Toho Igo Yoku. I've seen that one too, and I think it's garbage. The Nikkei thing is a joke about Persona collab. I know, like, but like... Oh god, why'd they do that, man? We're getting a Persona collab with Goddess of Victory. And now we're going back to the game. I quickly changed, and Rimi and I left the Kuranai building together. Going to school with a girl was something normal people did. Was still scared of Shogun and Yua, and I hated them and wished they would die. I meant it. It wasn't just something I was saying, but thanks to them, I was able to experience what a normal person's life was like. Maybe I could be a little grateful, just a little. Arma, why are you like that? Just why? Or at least I tried to make myself think that way. But when I did, Dr. Takashina's face came back to me, and any joy I felt slipped away. It might have been my fault he was killed. Dr. Takashina was connected to me, so Shogun had killed him, either as a warning or as a way to provoke me. I was overcome with fear and worry. Little by little, I was starting to fall behind Rimi. I took a quick glance at the back of her head. What kind of look was on her face? She was humming a song. It was a song from the Phantasm CD I'd lent her last night. Her steps looked light and carefree. We weren't even talking. How could she sing so happy? I don't see how those are related, but okay. Looking at her helped my worries a little. But to be honest, why was she being so nice to me? That's a good question. Was the answer inside my memories of her, the ones that I didn't remember? When we got to school, I sent her on ahead and went to the bathroom. This was another survival technique of mine. Of course it is. He's happy because she isn't talking to him. That seems very plausible, yes. I really appreciated that she was doing all this for me, but going to school with a girl in tow would mean standing out way too much. One second, okay? In particular, there was no telling what the DQNs in my class would think. So to make it look like I'd come to school alone, I slipped into the bathroom and killed some time. This turned out not to work, however. I have an interest in politics, but everything has its place. Um, I'll talk more about this in our next reaction stream, but that's pretty much the, to make it, to make this clear to people, yeah, I think I can just talk about it now and we can, elaborate on this on the next react stream. But yeah, I just like to tell people so they don't get the wrong idea that I do have a political opinion. I'm not apolitical or I'm a centrist or anything like that. But I just don't think it has any place in the stream, you know? The stream is a place for you to forget that for a bit and enjoy some interesting anime story, you know? So my point is that uh I am a person, I am someone who has political opinions, genuinely partidary, you could say, political opinions. I just the reason I don't talk about it much, or I talk about it in a more neutral tone, is that I genuinely just think that great Platonic said, there's a time and a place for that, you know. And the minute I fucking say that there's a time and place, Arma just hits me with the fucking gut punch. Not even going to tackle that. Moving on. I left the bedroom, trying my best to act natural and keep my head down as I walked on the side of the hallway toward my classroom. Before I got there, though, I could see Ayase walking toward me. Our eyes met and her lips curled into a slight smile. Ayase was famous. I didn't want to risk attention by talking to her, but she stood in front of me, blocking my path. I didn't have a choice. Takumi, how did you go with the police? Imagine just this occurring. Like you're just walking down the hallway and one of your friends is just like, "Hey, Takumi, how are you? How did it go with the police?" Just imagine saying that in the middle of the school hallway. Oh God. Oh, oh. Anyway, moving on. I put a hand over my mouth to stop myself from screaming. I mean, to be fair, I would need to do that as well. Like, Jesus Christ, woman, what are you doing? Why would you talk about something like that with all these people around? I quickly looked around. This was incredibly bad. Ayase was a local celebrity. It was rare enough for her to come to school, but not only that, she was the vocalist of the famous band Phantasm, and pretty to boot. Everyone, boys and girls both, were interested in her. Normally there'd be no way she'd ever talk to a loser like me. The gazes of the people around me were causing me physical pain. I wanted to run away. Find the sword. You have to find it. She always said the same thing whenever we met. There was a chance Ayase was on my side, but having her say the same damn thing every time was getting on my nerves. I wanted to find it too, I just didn't know how. I need a hint. How did you get it? Great Platonic, I'm not sure what you're like. You know what? I don't even like know about it. I won't even say anything. You guys talk it out. One day I just had it. That again? Was she just screaming? Wait, let me get to this again. Backlog. I need a hint. How did you get it? One day I just had it. Useless! That again? Was she just screwing with me? I didn't notice at first. But I changed the way I changed the way I looked at things, and I understood. Maybe you can already see it. You just don't. What the hell does that mean? Talking to Ayase was always exhausting. It was like some weird Zen con thing. Oh, that's... we don't have an explanation for this one. Or maybe we do, let's see. Zen con. Please tell me that there is like something here explaining it, because I have no idea what the fuck that is. Yeah, no, just doesn't explain it. Fucking hell. I'm looking for the sword. I want to find it, you know. I sighed as I answered, and then the gaze of the people around me grew too much to bear. I ran past Ayase and into the classroom. What I found there only made me feel worse. Misumi and some of the other boys were staring at me in shock. Crap, they'd seen me talking to Ayase. This was bad. I didn't know what they were going to say. If I was lucky, they might just make fun of me, but there was also the chance they might do something a lot worse. Looked down and headed to my seat, trying to make myself as small as possible. Please, just let everyone leave me alone. Hey! My prayer went unheard. Taku, where did you were talking to Kishimoto just now, weren't you? The most I could do was shut up. I couldn't look up. I never seen somebody actually talk to Kishimoto. How the hell did you pull that off? Please don't talk so loudly that the rest of the class can hear. Please just leave me alone. Okay, I understand Takumi in this regard. Like this can be so awkward, man. Not going to try and date Ayase or anything. It's not like I'd have a chance anyway. So please just calm down. Come on, Taku, tell me. Daichin. Rimi interrupted. Calm down, you can see he's upset, right? Huh? Oh, sorry. Misumi dropped his voice low and patted me on the back. I sighed a little without looking up. Rimi had saved me again. So really, how'd you do it? You! Misumi was, as always, a man who thought only with his little heads. Oh, you want to fucking talk. Geez, Daichin, you're such a perv. Your girlfriend's probably going to stab you one of these days, right? Give him the school days treatment. Hell yeah, she should. Don't worry, I take good care of her in all kinds of ways. What does that mean? Hey Taku, tell me, what's the deal with you and Kishimoto? Misumi was rubbing my shoulders. He wouldn't let the subject drop. I looked up, afraid. Half the boys in the class were whispering to each other and glancing at me. This was bad. They were still looking at me. Don't look at me. I felt the prickling at the back of my neck. If the DQNs came after me, I was finished. My life would become a hell of bullying. What should I do? Run, cut class, and go home? I couldn't go home alone. The thought of running into Shogun or Yua was too much for me. Have Rimi come home with me? She'd say she was the caring and devoted type. If she wasn't lying, she'd skip school alongside me. Just need to get out of here as soon as possible. Suddenly there was a loud noise at the entrance. Everyone turned to look at it. It was the transfer student. She was rubbing her tear-stained eyes and bowing in apology to everyone she could see. As always, she was completely silent. The entire classroom also fell silent at the sudden development. What had just happened? Okay, you guys comment too much, so let me save and I'll get to it. Okay. I kind of agree with Gummy, Owe. Aki is top tier waifu material in 5Ds. It kinda sucks how she barely is used after her character arc ends though. If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and base the first Chud on Takumi. That would be funny. I hope we get Futaba Persona 5 and Rise from Persona 4 and Fuka from Persona 3. Ah, okay, in the Nikkei collab. Yeah, okay. Takumi is the only human who I know who tries to downplay being grateful despite having no friends. He isn't even aura farming, this is just being a jackass. Oh, I hate the whole woke lolly BS. I just saw a post of a lolicon these days talking about how frustrating it is being a non-political lolicon on Twitter. I'll quote, "Nothing political at all, just being able to escape all the BS of the real world, enjoying cute anime and manga girls." But no, apparently if you don't send memes of someone hanging, you're somehow a bad lolicon. No, fuck that, you idiotic terrorist. Lolicon does not mean having to grovel to your political bias, neither the left or the right, truly based. Yeah, I think I saw this post too. I think a Fisher actually retweeted it. That's why I saw it. Anyway, I'm not sure, but I believe Moria Salesman has the whole story on YouTube. Not finished yet, but the author already has everything planned out. Okay. Okay. That's what they were talking about. Would you rather smash Shinobu from Monogatari Shinobu? Like, it's not even a competition. Like, you could have put almost anyone on like the second option, and it would be like Shinobu from Monogatari. Like the only ones like I that would maybe make me hesitate a bit from choosing Shinobu are like either like my queen Yaruko-chan, like Litter or Hina. Like those are the only three characters that can make me hesitate in choosing Shinobu. Enough hating, I guess. Medaka box is one of my favorite anime manga. Oh, Medaka box is like super cool. Like I didn't like watch the anime, but like the manga was awesome. To be honest, Grand Blue survived the P5 collab and a rerun. Maybe there's hope. Very Dark looks like real life Futaba, you know? I besides the like orange hair, I don't see it, frankly. Speaking of her, I need to watch an old reply video the creator of God of War did to one of Era's videos. No idea what it is about, but the thumbnail got me curious. Oh, like I'll just spoil it for you. It's just a dude like being an asshole. Like Vera just said something that he didn't like, and like he decided to go full like misogynist on her specifically because like fuck women that don't agree with me, right? Anyway. Also remember that question I asked an hour ago? My favorite romance anime manga, Fly Me to the Moon and Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro. I like Don't Toy Me Nagatoro. I don't see why you like it like more than other, particularly more than other romances though. Let me see something to see. Fly me to the moon. Because maybe I'm just not recognizing the English name. Oh god, okay. Tonikaku Kawaii. Tonikaku Kawaii is so peak. Okay. I can definitely understand why someone who doesn't like romance like anime and manga would still like Tonikaku Kawaii. Yeah, that I understand. But despite me liking Nagatoro, I don't see why it would be so much better than like other like romance anime. So that I really don't understand. Let me see. Okay. Are you shit posting? No way you like. Anyway. Yeah, both the left and the right are bad. Just saying Vara Dark looks like Futaba in real life. Again, besides the glasses and the orange hair, I just don't see it. You have shit taste. Okay. You all hating on me. You all hate on me for hating, but I can't even enjoy things. Like, I will defend Arma on this one, at least on Tonikaku Kawaii, because Tonikaku Kawaii is such, like, it's so good that I can definitely understand even why even someone who doesn't like romance anime would like it. But like Nagatoro, I just don't. I'm speaking even as someone who liked Nagatoro. I don't see why you would like it if you don't like romance anime. The name of the account that made the post is Lucas H2O. She is a chud looking, I can say at least. Okay. OA needs to join. Okay. The things you. Okay. I also have political opinions. I think everybody does these days. Wanting it or not, but I wouldn't fit myself to a political box of some sort. I like to see Vara as a Futaba cosplay. Does she cosplay? I don't remember. I agree that there's a time and a place. I hate most romance animes, but those two kind of stuck with me. I like them. I haven't liked romance anime manga since. There is an odd that interests me, but I have to see. I feel like we have don't ask, don't tell kind of thing around here. Average conversation with the boys. So ha. Anyway, Akira just having a shit take on romance anime. Yeah, me either. Okay. You don't say that super loud with your friends to get rid of competence. Anyway, people talking about Ebonics. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of like a lot of different people around here in general. Would you rather smash Aya, C, or Remy, guys? I'm team Ayase. And yeah, I'm team Ayase too. Arma, out of all people liking Don't Toyomi Nagato. Arma, out of all people liking Don't Toyomi Nagato, is very surprising. I would swear on my life he would hate it. Okay. Nah, it's cool. Like, it can be polarizing if you. Okay, I'm saying. Uzaki-chan. Can't even stand Nagatoro. How can he stand it? Now, Uzaki-chan, I can side with that. I like Uzaki-chan too. I really like romance anime in general. It's actually very solid. I don't understand the hate as much. Way more watchable than most romance anime. Uzaki-chan is going. Anyway. At least the Uzaki-chan MC is man enough to actually crack. What does that bun from Nagatoro do? Nothing. Hey. My boy senpai like has some really great character development. You take his name out your goddamn mouth. Then they all no. Would you rather smash Uzaki-chan or Kana from Oshinoko? Actually, I'll be real with you guys. I haven't watched Oshinoko, so like it would have to be Uzaki-chan by default. Yeah, the MC Nagatoro is in high school, and by the end of the manga they get together. The last arc is about the relationship problems being resolved. Lol. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with like Arma here. That like yeah, the MC Nagatoro is cool. Okay. Uzaki don't wanna have anything to do with a girl written by Uzaki don't want to have anything to do with a girl written by Aka except maybe Chika. This is pretty consistent and then actually getting closer and more casual. Uzaki, no doubt, don't care for her body type, but I don't mind it. Nerds collide. He has the Omega D. Okay. My protagonist sex scales higher than yours, so I win. Fucking swear to Christ. My protagonist sex scale. Oh god. So no more talking to your master nerd. Gotta admit, Uzaki-chan was fun. Premarital sex, you in pure maggot. Would you rather smash Celeste from Danganronpa 1 or Junko from Danganronpa 1? I feel like I need to think about this one. I like how everyone is fine with their first romance anime I like, but Nagatoro is like a sin. I didn't say it was like a sin. Like, I just don't see how Nagatoro would be better than any other. Like, it's fine to me. It's like a solid, like, 7 or maybe 8 out of 10. That's why I don't understand why someone who doesn't generally like romance likes that one. You know? It's not like, bad or mediocre, like not even close, but it's not like Tonikaku Kawaii, where I can see why even someone who hates romance would like it. Okay. I wish Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro got a Blu-ray. I couldn't like buy that, like even if it did, so like I have no opinion on that. Oh, Wuthering Waves with Polka from Hololive Cry. Was the story that good? Anyway, Big Peel, how dare you? I love a brat who can bully the shit out of me. She should never have changed. I'm more like it's the you liking Nagatoro that's surprising. The Cyberpunk collab. Okay, the Cyberpunk collab made Polka cry. Okay, that makes sense. I thought your kind would say she's too old and tall to bully. Why did this become like a fucking comment word? But yeah, Nagatoro and Over the Moon are my favorite romance anime. I prefer the manga. Why? What's the context? Okay. Would you rather smash Roxy from Mushoku Tensei or Litter? Like, Litter, no doubt. Like, you have to understand, Litter is like one of my top 3 girls. You know? Like, if you put pretty much anyone in a competition with either Leather, Hina, or like Shinobu, or like Nyaruko, like they probably lose, okay? Like there are some characters I like more than others, but those four are like at the peak of my personal list. Anyway, uh, a big PO, I know, but she gains 14 points for being 10, having 10 marks and being a shitty bully. You need Buta, sir. Wait, you're over 18, right? Wait, like, who are you talking to? Anyway, reasonable misogyny, not gonna lie. What? Where did that, what? Reasonable misogyny is crazy. Oh, talking about that, talking about misogyny, did you guys, like, watch my latest video? Like, I saw that a couple of you guys, like, reacted, but, to the people who maybe watched and didn't comment, I would like to see what you guys thought about it. My favorite romances is Toradora and Sakura Trick. Very, very good choices. Picuri? Oh, I'm thinking of something else. What? I just found out my favorite VA turned 17 today. What? Anyway. Taiga or Shoutier? You know what? I'll say Shoutier. I like to live dangerously. Did someone mention Sakura Trick? The Oshinoko manga is solid. Again, I just haven't read or watched it yet. By the way, crack is a compliment that means someone is a good person. So you should go up to all the 20-year-olds around you and tell them you want to... No. The physics defined scene in Sakura... Oh yeah, that's legendary. Many people are obsessed with bringing verisimilitude into anime, so they hate romance anime. Those people that only watch Lane, Berserk, Claymore, and so on. Yeah, that is very annoying. We can all agree Hinata's the best MC in Danganronpa and best character in it. Lane sucks. Don't worry, Gray. I think I'm the only Lane enjoyer here. See? Lane sucks. Former Dragon Maid fan here. Fuck Dragon. Hey, come on. What the fuck do you mean? What did poor Dragon Maid do to you? Are they top 4 lolly of all time? For me, yes. Bro, I wish I fucked the Dragon Maid. You and me both. Cold showers are good for your health. Yes, why? I was talking to Teto. Oh yeah, the latest video was fire. The first season of Shield Hero anime was actual like dog shit. The anime got worse, but that's not act like season 1 was anything higher. Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. I actually like Shield Hero. Anyway, that was a joke since most VAs say they turn 17 when they're actually like 45. Oh yeah, that's a thing in like Japan, yeah. Coldest take ever, the big tree of Isekai are Tensura, ReZero, and Mushoku Tensei. Oh, fucking... yeah, that's the coldest take ever. They are all eternally 17, new gen take, worse Konosuba, more takes. Seriously though, Sakura Tenji managed to keep herself looking so young back when she was still 40. Is that woman also a vampire just like Araki? I mean, probably. We're all eternally 17 and youthful. We can't age. Whatever you say, Grey Platonic. Whatever you say. I watched the video, lol. Remember reading that doujin? It was so over the top corny that it actually turned out fun to watch for all the wrong reasons. That's the conclusion I arrived at as well. I hope you all liked it. Would you rather smash Label from Nikkei or... I prefer my girl failures to be more like Ui from Blue Archive than Label. So I'm going to say hi Elfatcher. Oh hey, I'm also a Shield Hero fan. Hear me when I say the anime adaptation was the biggest low dog shit ever. Shield Hero is probably not even top 5 isekai light novel, and still the light novel makes the anime better. Can John Smith solo Monster Girl Questo? I mean, given the specific nature of his powers, I'd say so. Also, I can understand that take, Karma. I mean, don't let my above height of consent girls. Anyway, moving on. What had just happened? Did you see that? I did. She slammed right into the door. Kozue is so cute. I never seen someone so klutzy outside of an anime. Oh, she's crying again. Is she okay? That was a huge noise. Rimi whispered, worried, and then headed to the transfer student faster than anybody else. She was pretty nosy, from the look of it, or maybe kind was a better word. Yeah. Fucking... Rimi got there ahead of me. Wait, I've got to be the one to make Kozue feel better. Nah, you stay away from her, you creep. Misumi shouted as he raced after her. Kozue's accident was, for me, good luck. All the boys who had been staring at me were now looking at her. GJ, transfer student. But I happened to... oh, good job, transfer student. But I happened to hear what some of the girls near me were saying. Ew. What was that about? She did that deliberately, I bet. Oh yeah, a bunch of, like, jealous hoes, I see. Just a few faint whispers. Okay, it's the animation, okay. Did you know that there are several nerve channels in your vision called dead spots, which are not normally used? Does this have anything to do with the second generation? It does. Let's do a simple experiment. Look at this. I'm a busy man, you know. This is important. On the left side of the diagram, you see a dot. On the right, a ring. Now, cover your left eye with your hand. Okay, let's follow the instructions. Maybe this is, like, important. Stare at the dot, using only your right eye. Well, can you see the ring in the corner of your eye as you look at the dot? I mean, I can. No matter how much you stare at the dot, you're still going to see that ring, I think. Alright then, sir. Keep looking at the dot, but bring your face closer to the monitor. What happens to the ring? I can still see it. Oh my. Fascinating. The ring on the right disappeared, correct? Maybe I need to bring it even closer? Well, no. The fuck? This didn't fucking work for me. What bullshit is this? This isn't because your vision has gotten narrower. Get even closer and you find the ring returns. How exactly does this... Oh, okay, calm down. Let me test this out again. Okay, I can see it now. There is a particular spot. Yeah, there... No. Try it slowly, guys. Like, put your hand in, like, your left eye, stare at the dot with your right eye, and slowly approach. You'll see exactly what he is, like, talking about. Like, at some point, the ring vanishes. But then, if you approach it even more, like, it will appear again. Like, so the trick does work. Okay. And how exactly does this little magic trick work? It's no trick. This is one of the functions of the human eye, just not one that's often used. These are called dead spots. These are the channels used by Noah to create something out of nothing within human vision. That doesn't make any sense. Like, if that's true, wouldn't you only be able to see it like through your peripheral vision, like the delusions? Like that okay, that was just pseudo philosophy bullshit. Okay, that's oh god. Classes had ended, and I was standing by the school entrance. Twilight was spreading over the sky. Several crows were silently flying past me, flapping their wings as they receded into the distance. I was waiting for Remy. She was on cleaning duty today. She hadn't promised to walk home with me today, but I was sure she would. I've been standing here. Wait, actually I need to like mute for a second. Hold on. Okay, continuing on. I'd been standing here for over 15 minutes waiting for her. I wasn't sure what would happen tomorrow, but I made it through today. Misumi had been so desperate to talk to the transfer student that he'd forgotten to ask me any more questions about Ayase. Thank you so much, transfer student. Speak of the devil, she just come walking by. She bowed at me, looking like she was about to cry. I bowed back awkwardly. And then I watched her slowly walk toward the school gates. Realized again just how small she was. She had the body of a lolly. Like me, I can say that, but like, if you in a real life situation, please don't call like any, don't refer to any real girl, or like in his case, girls he perceives to be real that are part of his reality as a lolly, unless she does that to herself first. Like, that's so creepy. Anyway, I say that because unfortunately I've seen some people refer to like some small girls as like real life lollies, and like no, don't do that. Again, unless they actively do that themselves already, just don't do that. And she was a klutz too. I wasn't sure about her personality, but it was probably very sweet. She ticked all the moe checkboxes. But the other girls didn't like her, supposedly. Guess there's a difference between 2D and 3D. I mean, yeah, definitely. Suddenly my vision went black. I could feel pressure on my eyes. What was happening to me? Guess who? Could it be the legendary Guess Who scene? But scholars said it only exists in 2D. In 3D it was just an urban legend. To be fair, I've seen some couples do that. What do you mean, like, this is how I think, Great Platonic? Like, again, like, I just have to say this, please don't, like, call any, like, I don't know if this is what you mean, but if it is, like, please don't call, like, any real life girls, like, real life lollies, unless, they, like, do it to themselves, okay? It's just not okay. Like, I get, like, the train of thought, but please don't do that, okay? Please. Anyway. Just call them short, petite girls. That makes more that's more appropriate. I feel like. But yeah, like I don't. I think gray was a green. Maybe they were, but like sorry, I'm just not uh totally like here today. So just in case, like if that's what he was referring to, then like just that's just what I wanted to say. I think you guys get it. I call them midgets. JK, you bastard. But yeah, in regards to the Guess Who scene, like I never seen it in public, but I've seen some couples. I keep those things in my head. I have etiquette. That's better. That's better. Is all I'm going to say. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. In regards to the Guess Who scene, that doesn't happen in public, but like I've seen some couples do it like in private, like indoors. You know, like it's something. It's a small little like it's a cutesy thing that they do, that some couples do while by themselves. You know. But yeah, this kind of thing doesn't occur much, if at all, like in public. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I never thought I'd get to experience it myself. In this moment, I became one of life's winners. No, wait, calm down. There was no way a guy like me could encounter this urban legend in 3D. Yeah, this was just a delusion. It had to be. Okay, now he is like, at least, like being more self-aware. I'm going to do the Guess Who thing with some random man, and I'll make my voice as deep as possible. That sounds like a pretty, like, straightforward way to get punched in the face. Big Pew, not gonna lie. Guess Who was an urban legend after all. They called them urban legends because nobody actually knows if they're true or not. I won't read Teto's like full comments, but I'll just say that like I agree. Yeah, I agree with Teto's latest comment. Phew, that scared me for a second. I calmed down a little. If this was a delusion, I hope that I woke up soon. It would just make me sad when I got back to real life. No, maybe it would be better to enjoy the sweet romantic urban legend a little more. I'll give you a hint. The first half of her name is Ri. No, I didn't need any hints. I could tell by the voice. I trained myself on identifying voice actors just by listening to their characters. I wasn't even a voice actor otaku, you know, but it's just a natural thing for an anime viewer to do. I don't do that. Well, to be fair, like, I do, just not for, like, Japanese VAs. I generally tend to do this, like, when I'm watching dubbed anime, but I can't do it for, like, Japanese. Huh? You still don't know? Second hint, the last half of her name is me. You just gave me the answer. You're a very stupid girl, Remy, but very, very cute. I hate you so much. There was only one reason I wasn't answering. I knew the right answer, but it was embarrassing to say it. Well, this was just a delusion anyway, no reason to worry about it. Me. That's right. She let go and I opened my eyes. Turned around and of course, Remy was standing there. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Huh? Why wasn't I waking up from my delusion? Weird, I'm pretty sure Okay. Normally there'd be some ending and I snap out of it. I tried pinching myself. No, that's how you wake up from a dream. But wait, dreams and delusions aren't that different, so maybe it's not wrong. Wait, now my cheek hurts. Fucking like the story's genius, everyone. Did that mean this was real? I realized it was and became extremely embarrassed. I looked down. Oh, interesting. What's wrong? Your face is all red. Could see Rimi's cheeks were a little red too. Actually, this is a good point to talk to you guys about the topic, because a fish isn't here, but like they wanted me to ask well, I'll just read a fish's post. Well, it was stupid of me, since the warning is mostly for people who don't like seeing that type of stuff, and basically I usually want to watch/play. But speaking about warnings, it could be an interesting subject to discuss. How much should be said, listed in a warning screen page? Because I saw like 2 to 3 examples that listed everything that happens in the story, and sometimes it's too much, that it almost spoiled the whole plot. Like, if you guys don't understand what a fish is referring to, they're talking about like my video, right? If you watched it, you know that there was like a warning at the like beginning of the video that essentially like said all the things you should watch out for if you are going to watch said video, like a trigger warning essentially. And like Fisher was essentially referring to like, oh, how much should you give away in warnings like those? Like, because you need to do then to make sure that people know what they're getting into. But how? But when does that become too much? When does it just become like a spoiler? How can you warn people about that without spoiling them? That's more or less, I think, what A Fisher wanted to like discuss. You don't need to have detailed warnings, just general warnings are okay for the most part. Okay, so let's make this let's make this more clear by giving an example. Like in my video, like, do you think that the warning was a bit too much, that it spoiled too much, or do you think it was okay? That's my follow-up question. Now I'm going to get caught up with the comments. Yeah, I think we can, after getting caught up with the comments, I think I can go on for a little longer. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather smash Sakura from Fate or Asagami Fujino from Garden of Sinners Movie 3? I feel like Sakura is somewhat, just a bit more likely to not murder me. So, Sakura. The light novel sold insanely hard on some arcs in terms of writing. The manga schedule is dog shit and the art is getting worse. Damn, okay. Seems like Shield Hero is not going through a good time either in the light novel or in the anime. Damn. Imagine if Asanagi made that a franchise where John Smith just goes to a whole bunch of worlds where all the combatants are female, just dominating each and every world. Like John Smith in Seiran Kagura, John Smith in Azure Lane or Kenko. That would be funny. That would be legitimately cool, I think. But I don't think he's gonna do that. He's too busy making dojins about girls getting their limbs torn off. I'm not even joking. We used to call the amputee tag the Asanagi special because of how often that appears in his dojins. So yeah, he's too busy on that to keep making more John Smith like stuff. The light novel is on hiatus. He made a spin-off and that shit went on hiatus and it was so bad the manga team slash translation team, I forgot, had to make the last arc themselves. Jesus Christ. Fujino is the one with the spiral origin, right? I don't want to get my Bina twisted, so Sakura. Yeah, that's exactly my logic there. Piper or Suna? Suna. And despite it being like that, it had a better schedule and better art than the official manga. Jesus Christ. Horny fan cell girl failure or chill needs girl failure? Chill needs. Girl can canonically cast testicular torsion. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Nozomi, the 300 part group. Oh, you're talking about the game. It's still there. This feels like a shitpost. They tried to make a fool out of us. Now put your hand on your nose. This feels like some wannabe esoteric or deep bullshit. It probably is. Fascinating, bro. It's literally a childish trick. My left eye? Ubel or Elena? I haven't watched Wandering Witch, Elaine Gamigan, so sorry I can't answer that. Because it kinda is Arma. The trick does work IRL, but it doesn't have any special meaning. Oh, the ring doesn't... Okay. Good, now my vision is blurry from closing my eye. If you cover your right eye and look at the ring instead, the dot disappears. Elena, even if she would sell me a bag of... she'll sell me for a bag of gold. The blind spot is actually a thing and not BS, so yeah, I know this, don't worry. Okay. It reminds me of when Takumi was yapping about subjective stuff. Remember that? Sometimes it feels like the author's trying too hard to be deep, not gonna lie. And he definitely is, yeah. The BS part's the magical aspect of it. Then creepy... Takumi acts like some anti-stink lolicons act. That's too much. Takumi is dumb. I never seen. Just call them short petite girls. Okay. Okay. Plus makes lolicons look even more bad of the name if they start doing it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've been trying to do that. Identify VAs based on their voice. Then you're weird the way I do that. Sometimes I'm watching something and I'm like, oh, that's Medusa or that's Toka. The most recent one was, oh, that's So Gross girl. Feel like you need to be a pro for that, Pew. I wonder how much that So Gross girl got paid for that role. Unless her voice is very distinct. But the most talented VAs are the ones you can't recognize even when they are prolific because the display of voice acting skills, true. You do have to be a pro, I 0 for them. Okay. You should read my comment on that video for your answer. I read your comment. Like, let me get it here. But I'm pretty sure it said something like, a doujin so, like, insanely dark, it feels like satire hearing it. Yeah, it's exactly what it says. It's so insanely dark, it feels satire hearing it. Yeah. Like, I did read your comment. Let me just get you some stuff here. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me just get you this here. Oh, perfect. Actually, there's this person, I need to comment about this. There's this person, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to, like, get them in trouble accidentally. But they have a PFP that's on YouTube, by the way. They have a YouTube PFP that's literally like Hina, like, crouching. And you can see under her skirt. But she has no panties. You can literally just see everything. How that guy managed not to be banned at this point, I have no idea. Don't need to have detailed warnings, just general warnings are okay for the most part. I'll smash the fuck out of Sasha in, like, Attack on Titan. I think most people would. Nah, I think the warning made the video better, actually. Okay. It was okay, because almost everything there was an insane kink you would need to be attuned to, but still hilarious without context. 4 minutes for the goal, guys. Yeah, it's not going to be like fulfilled. Like I like not too serious about it. If it isn't fulfilled, it's fine. Dark Sakura is more crazy, so she probably have a gnarly grip. Yeah, but we're talking about like normal Sakura. Maho from Steins Gate or Mari Makize Kurisu? Maho. Grip so powerful, it literally swallows you whole. Christina! Fighting a boss and he bit slapped me. What boss? I don't think the trigger warning was too much or spoiled the plot, because honestly, plots on a 20 to 30 pages porn, it's like reading the text and being like, no, you spoiled me, what's gonna happen to the cat? You know what? That's a fair point. Shion or Megumi? You're making these like very hard right now. I'm gonna go with Megumi. But yeah, continuing on. I could see Rimi's cheeks were a little red too. It was just the light of the setting sun, right? Pure vessel on radiant, no hit. Okay. Come on, let's go home. My school, Suimei Academy, was in the luxury residential district of Shoto. All the houses in the area were expensive, gave off a sense that the people who lived there were important. Like I know like the pure vessel boss fights. Like I know like that it's hard. Like and I know that it's like from Hollow Knight and like that is I think the pure vessel is a stronger version of the Hollow Knight fight, if I remember correctly. Do you prefer honey or sulfuric acid? Okay, you have a point there. But even though it was just a few minutes away from the heart of Shibuya, there weren't many people out. It felt kinda lonely. Taku, you're pretty popular with girls, huh? Unfortunately. She startled me so much I was gasping for air. What the heck was she talking about? Oh, you didn't realize? Tobichi Origami. She smiled and pointed her finger at my nose. You aren't supposed to point at people, you know? You were talking with that pretty third-year student with the glasses the other day. Oh, that was... Yeah, I heard all about it yesterday. The girl who was mean to you, right? If you knew that, then why... And today you were talking to Fess. Oh, there's Orihara too. You were the first one she talked to on her first day here. And now you're going home with me. See? You know lots of girls. This was something I've been thinking about lately too. Am I about to get a girlfriend? Is this a new amazing chapter in my love life? No. Things like that. A month ago I never would have thought it was possible. Back then I never even had a chance to talk to any girls except Nanami. I even lied to myself and everybody by saying I wasn't interested in them. I do like how he admits that is a complete fucking lie. Fucking larper. How come I had so many more chances to talk to girls over the past month? It had all started when Shogun had entered that chat room. So a part of me wondered, was this whole past month just my delusion? Wouldn't that be funny? Was I just having a long dream? It felt like the things I was experiencing right now might all just vanish tomorrow. Sometimes it seemed that way anyway. Or had the person inside me changed? No, that definitely didn't happen. Maybe the person controlling me now just loves to play by themselves. The person controlling... sorry. Maybe the person controlling me before now just loved to play by themselves, and the person controlling me now liked working with other characters? Okay, now I feel called out. Either way, it was hard to believe that this past month was real. Too much had happened. Anyway, I just found out today that Faz goes to our school. And she's in our grade, in the next class over. Rimi's voice took on an excited tone. She must really be a trend follower. It was only yesterday that I borrowed her CD, so I was super surprised. And she's really pretty too. Rimi came around to my front. Her tone dropped to a low, hesitant one as she spoke, still walking backwards. What were you talking about with her? This morning with Faz, Kishimoto. I want you to tell me. Maybe I don't have the right to know, but when you were talking to her, you looked really upset. I was kind of worried. She'd even seen that too. Maybe it was safe to tell Rimi everything. There wasn't anybody else I could talk to about it, and I was just getting tired of thinking about things on my own. Wanted somebody else's opinion. And not somebody like Ayase or Senna, who would just say weird abstract things that didn't make any sense. Somebody who could actually clearly tell me what they thought. But well, when I talked to her yesterday, she hadn't believed a word I'd said. I was talking to her about the sword. Sword? You mean the one you were talking about yesterday? I nodded. Ayase has one. What? A real one. Rimi gasped, or I thought she did. Her eyes went wide and she seemed to stagger back a few steps. Liar. She sounded really doubtful. That thing is just a toy, right? I told you, mine's a toy, but hers is real. If you go to her concert, you can see. I stopped in mid-sentence. Could she see it? Ayase had also told me that only people with the right power could see the D swords. If I go to her concert, can I see this Rio sword? Maybe I'll go sometime. I love to see a Phantasm concert. Oh, you want to come with me, Taku? You may not be able to see it. Supposedly only certain people can see it. Huh, I see. Like the Emperor's new clothes, huh? Only smart people can see it. Well, I'm an idiot, so maybe I won't be able to see it. Just kidding. I wasn't sure if she could see it or not. I didn't know how a Rio D sword worked anyway. I was just going off of what Ayase said. Does this sword really exist? I don't think I believe it. Are you sure that Kishimoto's sword is just a toy that looks really real? But it glowed. There are toys that glow, you know. She does have a point. Well, I couldn't deny that. Could just add some lights and get a glowing effect. Oh wait, notice how Takumi doesn't say, oh, I hope someone takes you to the concert. Come on, man. How long are you going to be on my back about this? Like, come on, I was 14. I was 14. Jesus Christ. Fucking. Goddamn, man, I should have never told you guys about that. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Fucking, like, silly me thought my audience would be on my side on that one. Fucking silly me. I think Takumi is 15 or like, let me get his age actually. Yeah, like, goddamn it, Gummy Gun, why did you have to say that? Let's see how old Takumi is. But the way Senna and Ayase's words had felt so real, so powerful, I couldn't believe they were toys. Ha! Look, Takumi is 17. Ha! Damn, he missed the LARP quick time event. They had an aura about them that a fake toy could never create. No, like... Takumi is 17. Yeah. They had an aura about them that a fake toy could never create. And more than that, Ayase had pulled a sword out of thin air. It wasn't super speed or hypnosis or anything fake like that. Well, super speed, to be fair, would be a superpower too, obviously. What I'd seen was a glimpse into an incredible power. Okay, and on that note, I think we should end the things for today. I'm going to be saving this, and then I'm going to get caught up with the comments, and we're going to like leave it off for today. Anyway, I mean, a crazy woman with twist powers. Yeah, the grip is going to be glow. Mega. I think more anime should do the coffee or tea. Wrong, it's tea. The glare Remy is giving is scaring me. Really? Okay. Origami is great. Coffee. Anyone here watching Digimon Beat Break? Phrasing, Takumi, phrasing. And no, I'm not watching Digimon Beat Break. I'm sorry. Would rather like Smash Psycho from High School the Dead or As That from Akame ga Kill? As That. Save Remy. Takumi going to grape her. Save her away. I don't think he'd have the courage to do that. Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite can't take my D. Sorry. Good one. Anyway, fucking glowing dildos. Light dagger duels. Takumi going to save Remy from... Anyway. Don't worry, I have a D sword too that I can pull out a thin air. Just have to... Anyway. Also, I have proof that Mirai wasn't flat at the start, but I can't send it in the community tab. You don't need to send it, Big Pew. I just believe you. Like, you really don't need to convince me. We all got these swords, is the moral of the story here. Anyway. So I'm going to email it to you, then you have to come out on stream and admit that lolly colonizers took her away from it. Fuck it. I'm not admitting shit. We literally saw her ending CG in the previous stream. Mirai, no we didn't. I don't think we did at least. She crying while covering her chest. No, that's Ikaruga. Look who's the LARPer now. Like, that's Ikaruga. Like, Mirai is another person. You're just a whole LARPer, Akira. That was bad. That was fucking bad. Not gonna lie. But yeah, for now, we're going to end things off for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow in the, like, Volcano Princess stream. Where hopefully both Kodokunasu and, like, Regius will be able to participate. One last Smash main, Elf, Yubel from, or Piper from ZZZ. Unfortunately, this one is going to have to be disappointing because, like, it's another one I have to think about. But yeah, for now, thank you all for watching and bye.